lot more than on the CT side. So we've got the A call, we've got a single smoke and a flash on electronic, and it might just be something as simple as throw smokes and go.
Yeah, this looks like a connector smoke here, so they might want to actually push up and take control of jungle. Leman under the balcony with the Julie is first to be tested.
Leman has already done a lot of damage, and it's actually ultimate. The distraction of those dual Berettas collecting a double of his own. Electronic not going to give up the fight, and if they stick around, this would be a gruesome twosome that I would not necessarily back, but I'd give him a bit of respect.
So Simple has now just chipped. Never mind, that conversation can end. I was going to say he's chipped Fiku and Furlan both down to half HP, but now that it is just a 1-on-4 situation, that becomes less impactful here. Electronic would have to get the ace right now. And one spotted, Pepper dead. Handled. Ultimate with 3 big kills within the round, and a great start for Ago. Map number 1, you can forget about it. A 16-1, it's all right. It's first game of the tournament, first day. It is against NaVi. Now let's get something going here on this CT side.
And when Ago are really big, I've just come up with a nice chant for the Polish fans.
Okay.
They go, hey, ho, Ago!
I like it.
Yeah?
I like it.
Everyone in the Lanxess is screaming as Furlan lifts the trophy.
Okay, I'm with it. I like it. It is good. And they can carry that through because, to be fair, Ago have a lot of players come through their doors. That can be an organizational.
Yeah.
Not a player-based chant, guys. Keep that with the org.
Hey! Oh!
Oh, you wanted me to...
They could delay it. No, I think they could delay it. They could go back and
different
forth.
pacings to it as well. Okay, yeah.
It's got flexibility, and so have you, Chad. I've seen your stretches.
They've been working on it. Now, this one is going to be a bit of a stretch for NaVi, as they are just into some upgraded pistols here. The whole concept with a round like this is just to look for a lingering head. Maybe somebody on an overpeak. Maybe somebody getting stranded. Like Fiku right now. That is a kill given over.
Yeah, they do Molotov out the underpass to enable full engagements and walk-ups of
like
top
this
mid,
push.
and this is perfect. You're going to get that info, you're going to get those answers, and maybe even a couple of kills. Yeah. Oh, didn't full clear, so Furlan is concerned about that underpass, and he's right to do so. Perfecto starting his crab walk, and Furlan fancies a little bit of crab meat. Delicious. More. Simple. On that deagle, you got to be careful when you give them the fight, because you'll punish so quickly.
And they're going to buy next round anyway, so whatever NaVi can take away from Ago here is fantastic going into the next gun round. The reinvestments, lucky that they get to keep on to the 2 M4s and the FAMAS here, so all good in the hood, and we will get into the gun rounds. Speaking of crabs, I watched a movie the other day on Netflix called Black Crab, and I don't want to spoil it. This isn't like a spoiler in
It's
terms
like
of
Blackfish, you know, is it another documentary?
No, it's like but it's in like a dystopian future of some kind, and the heroes of the movie have to ice skate through enemy lines to deliver something.
Okay.
And I thought it, like the fact that there's an action movie with ice skating, I thought it was.
I mean, it
was interesting.
Yeah, and in the pitch, I reckon you probably had the first ever ice skating action movie.
You would have lost me in the pitch, and well,
oh, Leman.
That's big. That's not.
No, in fact, that is completely equalized everything he worked so hard for.
I suppose a positive here is NaVi have already gone through quite a bit of their utility, and it was light as it was, and now it is just 2 smokes remaining. So this is where we need to really turn our attention to how they mid-round. Currently in a 2-2 setup, bomb still down towards T-spawn. Another connector smoke, a flash over. They've isolated one player towards top mid-box. It will be Simple, and yeah, he's gone down. Great stuff from Furlan.
Yeah, he's keeping a very active hold of middle, and maybe Head Trick is his next victim. Just posts up, deals with the nice headshot, and we'll continue. I mean, this is back and forth for both of the exchanges so far. We've seen Ago immediately lose that advantage that they find. And so 3v3 in that mid-round. You've still got time.
Yeah, Fiku's currently posted in window here, so if he has quizzical glances like this, he could get caught off. There's one.
Really good delivery because he can flash and get out. You say with bated breath, I think it's best he plants his feet. They are progressing. Perfecto caught wide, and it's Fiku
handled.
That cleans up. Mid completely evaporates. 3 kills for Fiku and a 3-0 start. So they've already done 3 times as good.
Looks like Ultimate is suffering from what we have seen some players. It's really that's Milky at the end there, isn't it? Ultimate's at the other end. Milky looks like he's suffering from what we've seen some players like Zentaras, I know, is one of these individuals who suffer the very sweaty palms.
Yeah.
I remember Crumbs from League of Legends. He used to have very sweaty hands, or as far as the story goes. And yeah, I remember Azza, I used to play with him, he had the same. So you always see a gaming towel.
A medical condition called palmar hyperhidrosis.
Okay, it's not palm oil.
No, but apparently the seed oils are bad.
This is a much better start from Ego here. 3 and likely 4 as Perfecto's licked up. Pistols again. This is the seek and destroy. Anti-eco. Well, let's call it a force. Let's not even call it a force. Let's call it some light pistols. Let's call it a deco round.
A deco.
That's where we should have landed. Yeah. It's a classic.
How about a lightly armored deco?
A lightly armored deco. Okay, yeah.
We are getting more and more like Sesame Street, aren't we? What is it, kids? It's the lightly armored deco. And it's going to probably end very badly for Simple and Bit in mid. The bomb left towards the T-steps of B, though, which does imply that this is all just a bit of a late ploy to perhaps manipulate CTs towards an over-rotation. You need kills for that, though.
Yeah, here's the thing, right? Fiku and Ferlin can lock down this position both from catwalk, so you're not too concerned when you see that smoke. They're happy to walk out, reaggress. Ultimate gets another one with the AWP.
Yeah, and that's the end of that, really. Simple gone, and it could be the perfect CT wipeout with 37 HP on Perfecto. They're going to be able to keep all of their funds, all of their goodies, even some of their nades they haven't been required to use. Though that is not me complaining that we didn't watch NaVi try and pull every bit of utility out of them.
That's really good stuff. 4-0 now, and there has some handy little setups that they're operating with here early. So no qualms in that department. This was the opener there from Ultimate over towards the Palace position, but the guns are back out. Simple has the big green. Okay, so first gun round, didn't have a whole lot going. They lost the initial exchange from Leman over towards the ramp. Now let's see what goes on, and as far as their progression, is it just a window smoke? Is it a top cat smoke with a molly towards connector and go for the default plays? Headtrix is the only one going top mid here. Simple Bit, Perfecto more heavy towards the B apartments, and he's out.
Ooh, Simple was given info. It's Fiku again, who's really been a thorn in their side on mid. Head trick cancelled. Bit does tag him and knows what to aim at. Perfect placement of his crosshair. And I mean, this has kind of been par for the course in terms of NaVi having to chase the tail of Fiku's openings. Ferlin as well earlier.
Well, this is what happened last time. They just went like 2-2, and then after they had more trades, they regrouped in mid. Leman with a bit more aggression over towards A ramp. They can almost leave him here. He can play for early info, and if they are able to waterfall out Palace behind him, well, that's great. Flash forward. The regroup right now, and with that info, Ego can turn their attention and affections towards middle here.
It's anti, so Ferlin evades almost all of Bit's util. I say that, it's a perfect spread. Bit, well calculated. Milky, really unawares, still takes one with him.
Ultimate's got the AWP here, he's in market.
If he hits one, he's going to be able to pull it straight back into an even contention. Down goes Electronic, bombs on the way, and then the back of Simple, but pre-aimed perfectly. Ultimate puts NaVi right back to spawn, unless Bit's got a 15 HP clutch in him.
Oh, that molly's going to sting, mate.
Oh, he's got to keep going. Leaps out of the window, maybe bait the shot. He spotted him. Ultimate in the blind. Spot clears him, and Bit still a threat. He missed his first, takes the second, and will not make that same mistake again.
Great impact there. A great impact. You think the fact that aggressive B play comes in, it's only one? A nice little smile there on Fiku's face.
Yeah, it warms my heart, man. I mean, you were saying it, I was feeling it. Like, ever since they've arrived, they've all been in their matching outfits. They're excited to be here. They're just happy to be participating and competing at this level.
A hard group as well.
A hard group really is stacked in that respect for Ego to find impact this year. But I mean, no better environment. A studio LAN where you get to kind of play with your teammates, but without the pressures that come with the LAN tag in terms of crowds and noise. It is the optimal playground for you to kind of develop and find a new form.
This is starting to become a problem now. Leman flash forward again. He's a nuisance over towards A ramp. This is 3 times, twice successfully, that he's gone aggressive and been able to either find info or a kill. So this is good stuff from him. And now the NaVi woes and worries about the T side are really going to come in, because Mirage should be one of the easier maps to construct something that resembles a T side as a unit. 4v5 again. Now, I want to mention as well, in these first 5 rounds of play, there has yet to be a NaVi plant. So that is an issue.
Yeah, they haven't really made much headway because of these early exchanges in middle.
And not a NaVi opener either, in 6 rounds now.
Oh, okay, now that does stick out like a sore thumb. This round, no exception. And a pretty lightly armored deco going on here.
Well, they're in connector. The flash of Electronic, it could be the go signal here.
Yeah, I mean, you're kind of hoping Simple gets given something, and there is a peek that he's not going to let slip. Fiku gone.
Sketchy.
It is. Leman trying as hard as he might to isolate, and he has took the fight in sync. And that's the end of that. Perfectly played. Ago 6.
That's more the vets of the team too. I know it was against just a lighter purchase here. It obviously wasn't anything too threatening. It wasn't like Galils and Mac 10s. It was just some Deagles and a Scout, but a timeout called. And this is one of the thoughts that, well, actually, I'm going to stop myself here. I thought it might be a Blade timeout. It's not a Blade timeout. It's actually an Ago timeout. So I like this on the other side of things. We're sitting at 6-0. It's been actually pretty simple so far to get these rounds on the board. The most kills from anybody right now in NaVi is Electronic with 3, Bit and Simple with 2 apiece, and Perfecto and Headtrick both with 1 apiece. So this is similar to what we were talking about in map number 1 as far as Ago's fragging was going. Imagine if they come back and they just single-digit NaVi on Mirage. Wouldn't that be something?
I can imagine. I have quite a vivid and wild imagination, so let's see what reality has for us. Now, it didn't look like Blade was particularly active throughout the CT timeout, though he does have the ability to communicate. Just going to let the boys find their pace and find their form. 2 scrims without their in-game leader before they jumped into their officials.
It's probably a good thing that he does that too, because this is going to be considered one of the easier maps that they play, right? Easier teams that they play, sorry. So if they can work it out on their own here, it's going to come back to help them, but that's another opening.
Yeah, and some aggression out of Ultimate. Simples are sitting duck in that smoke. There's nades to follow, and they are so susceptible to these CTs. Mid-hold Bit's just been cancelled. Walking through underpass, a nade onto Headtrick, and this is the gun round. Already looking dilapidated. What's left of them? It's Simple and Perfecto. 3 kills between the 2 of them. So far here, round 7, and space taken. Fiku's going to call B-Apps clear shortly. And that's only going to make it more hot and bothered for Simple. Does Fiku hear him? Yep.
That's a good piece of information here. Ultimate is playing Ticket. Leman can chime in from Connector. Ferlin and Milky can clear out mid from Catwalk. And Fiku is the man closing the door right here, right now. So Simple and Perfecto, they do have utility, right? They do have this AWP in play, but Ago know the attack is coming.
Ultimate started this round with a great aggressive Palace push.
That was just not delaying.
An aggressive defense.
Imagine if he knifed Simple.
Fiku. Oh, that would be the mistake. Or imagine Simple just has his head on a swivel, turns around at the perfect moment, cancels Fiku's flank. Thinking about this on the fly. Smoke just to try and get Perfecto across and be threatening. He can swing on this, or even a boost. Not bad, not bad.
Oh, didn't see him.
Didn't expect it. Dancing now. Sound cue given. Up and over. A nice find from Leman. And that's a triple in total. He's up to 11 now. Leman's having a great hold on A when tested, and still NaVi on the goose egg. That was guns, that was AK's weapons. We're talking AWPs on Simple, and AWPs plenty for XCOM Ago.
We're going to keep tally of this. So this is the opener here, and that's going to be the 7th consecutive round that Ago have found the opener, and the 7th consecutive round they have denied the bomb going down. So we're just, look, once it changes, you guys are going to hear about it, because maybe that'll be NaVi picking up a round, because it's just back to these pebbles and pistols. Very stalled out, slow stuff here. And I think the thing is for NaVi, it will need to be more direct in the next gun round. There is going to have to be something that is a little bit more in the face of their opponent. It can't just be like a default and try and get mid control. That's a good opener from Bit. He's got 3 kills. I think most of them come from this underpass position so far.
Yeah, but
that's an opener.
Yeah, okay, but now does it buck the trend?
Well, with the pistols, if they pull it off like this would reignite the team for sure.
I mean, yeah, there is a way in which if Perfecto can draw Leman in. Yeah, now we could go down. Simple's done it for him, and now triple falls just as we saw a tiny little brick out of place, and the whole wall comes tumbling down. Now we got Electronic orbed up. Simple's rocking himself an AK-47. Electronic's ready to fight CT. This is the exchange that determines how much more there is from Ago to be said.
Do they consider a save here? Like, they still have residual cash in quite a few of their players, and this is just against a very, very light buy. Maybe they just hang around and see if they can find one more.
Good molly. It did force him out, but they were smoked at the time. And
oh.
Yeah, I don't know if Electronic got clipped.
It now.
Erlan confirms there's an AWP present, and he's flashed his teammate there. Bit of an oopsie. You know, Electronic is going to try and get away with a rifle. Headtrick likely going to go down with the ship. But NaVi, with just the Deagles, have managed to shake off a 7-round losing streak.
They buck both trends. Bomb goes down and they get the opening kill. So that's a fantastic little change-up right there. Now let's see if they can sink their teeth into this. Still struggling for kills are Headtrick and Perfecto, but Headtrick stayed alive, all things considered. And yeah, you mentioned that flash. This is the opening to kick it all off. Just peeking ahead of the smoke there, Fiku. Simple good with the trade, shooting through the legs of his teammate. Able to trade out on Leman, who has been a menace. And, well, that was the electronic miss. But the flash that came on through, you're right. And the reason we didn't see it show up in the feed was because Bit had done some damage to that player, right? So we had the assist from Bit taking priority over the flash from his teammate. But double AWPs, still the CT's affections here as Windows smoked off. Jumping on out. Ultimate trying to get aggressive. And, oh, he's gone on down. So another opener, and this time it was from Bit again. Yeah,
he's been providing them, but can they build upon this one convincingly? You've got everything you required in the flowchart now. You've got the space, re-smoking, counter utility from the CTs does lock short down, and a pause for thought.
But you're right, like in terms of the brick, right, and all kind of falling over, it's like dominoes falling, it's like the card being removed from that house. All it's going to take is one, because then the gaps are created. Whereas before, they were doing a good job of trading, even it was equally, but then they had good information going their way, and Ago were the ones finding the gaps on the CT side. Now it's NaVi's turn to do exactly that. The only way that this can be stalled out and stopped is if somebody from Ago steps up when the attack comes their way and gets a multi-kill.
Leman might be that man. So blind, no information, and they've got the noose tightening now. He's ahead of this, and perhaps could have caught one. Yeah, Bit's good for it though, double from him, and Fiku, they know where you are. Wasn't ready for a second in Palace. A good find from Furlan on short to be proactive, but Simple posted up, and the trades do iron out in favor of NaVi. So some consecutive T rounds now.
Should be a save here, Milky May. Yeah, getting up to a little bit too tricky business there. A 1-on-3, just trying to see what he could find. Gives away his life, gives away the AWP, and the finances are already starting to become a discussion, and that's with only 2 consecutive rounds. But in both of those rounds, it was the opening that they gave away. Ultimate went aggressive mid. You'll see him get caught off guard here. Great stuff from Bit there. And then from that point, they're able to get into the site. They're clinical with this. They have the number advantage. They come comb up here as a unit, trade off of each other well, and put Ago in the bin because they need to take another timeout just to talk things through. But it's a great start, right? It's a much better start in the desk. Well, they were talking about it. There was no doubt in anybody's mind there was going to be more rounds for Ago on this map.
Yeah, and I mean, of course, it's the perfect storm with NaVi kind of taking their first official T side, no boomage, and not getting the bomb down, losing every opening kill and duel in the first 7. I think that, you know, was a perfect storm in the sense of that's how you get a 7-0 start against NaVi. But they've managed to pull a buy out, as you highlighted. There was a potential for a saved AWP. Instead, now it's going to be Ultimate rocking the glass cannon, so some of his aggressive maneuvers may be subdued. Perfecto going for an ambitiously early, short fight, and it works out wonderfully. He's been almost ready for Fiku as well. Swung on by short. Leman does deal with Bit, so no more from him in the feed. But here comes Headtrick. Damn, straight
down the fireman pole.
Down the fireman's pole, indeed. Oh, where did he go? Electronics trying to solve this mystery, and he will. There goes another. Ago are losing players faster than most. Good God. Yeah, Electronics got sharp eyes, and Furlan didn't get spotted, so at least survival perhaps still on the docket.
Yeah, they're going to lock Furlan off here. So over towards this vent room, Simple, he can just stay exactly where he is, and if Furlan goes forward or back towards short, he's dead. Electronic and Headtrick now starting their jaunt. Simple aware, spotted now. Furlan's days are almost numbered. They can start to get closer and closer. A defensive smoke has been thrown on out, but that's the thing. The bomb still probably 10+ seconds away from detonating. He's going to have a rough go of this one. Hot toes.
No. He's still going to get potentially swung on here. It's Headtrick to charge on in.
He's dead.
They're even trying to stab him. Simple feeling himself. Doesn't get the extra kill reward. But yeah, back down to the pits. 2.8 on the high end.
Yeah, it's going to be very difficult now. I think if Ago are able to get 2 to 3, that's 3 is maybe a bit ambitious. If they can get 2 more rounds here on this CT side, it won't feel like it's all for naught, and then they can go into the second half with a fighting chance. But I think if they get blanked here and it ends up being an 8-7.5 going the other way, NaVi are going to go into the second half and do a CT side shutout like we just saw. So let's see what they can do with a couple of upgraded pistols.
Hey. Leman, nice to see him proactively winning some of these more ambitious duels. He's taken one at the top of the staircase into simple, no less. And talking of ambition, look at this from mwlkyx. So much information flowing into his brain.
Ooh, spotted.
Gets the info and the frag.
It's looking really good. I feel like he's thriving in this environment. At the start, I think he was 0-3 as far as openings, and now he's 3-0. Sorry, 3-3, not 3-0. He's been able to get 3 in the last 4.
It looks like he might have another one if he's not caught out. Yeah, Leman, aggressive and does do significant damage, but bits farming. Fiku and Furlan, the double Fs, and F to pay respects, I'm afraid, for on the trot from NaVi.
They're both here. They'd have to hit some bangers, wouldn't they?
Yeah, and maybe this is the perfect storm, because that's the bomb, and that was supposed to be bit. He still hits it.
For the ace here,
Give him the ace. Give him the ace. Electronic plays for the team. Bit probably didn't want to lose and force a rebuy, even though he's got $7,000 dues in the bank account. Into round 12, but yeah, 4 on the trot. We can see this again. He is looking very sharp. This kill, like the fact he's jumping for the info and ready for it, he's just aware, so switched on.
That's the details of the high-level players, right? To always be aware of where the pushes are open, playing for info, not just running, not just trundling back turn, like jumping, always being able to grab as much as you possibly can. But here we go, back into play. Not a single defuse kit out for the CT side of Ago right now, but Ultimate is back into the AWP. This is aggressive mid from Fiku here.
Yeah, and a change up from NaVi. It looks like they want to try and finish B. Do they have any intent other than just a flash and go?
They have a lot of utility, so it would be a really poor call just to go in contact in a situation like this.
Whilst I would agree, they don't have anyone caging a mid push for info. Hedrick's there at the top. No one has info ramp or palace, and yeah, they are seeing some util thrown out.
You could double pump this, like allow Perfecto to work for a pick right now. This is going to flush anybody back. And you have enough utility to do this again. That should draw a massive rotation.
And then you cut noise and you don't die. Instead, you find an opener.
5 in a row now.
5. Let's see if it does line up. Opening kills have been a 100% conversion as of yet here on Mirage. Now they can just stroll on in. Nice from Furlan, but traded. Hedrick reveals himself, and with Ultimate still on the side, he's taken down the main body of this NaVi B commit.
Might have one more here.
Should.
Nice shot.
Quick one. Bit of a wrist breaker. Simple jumps into his jaws as well. That's twice. When Ultimate's been called upon on B, he has been able to thrive with the multi-kill required.
And that's the first round in the entire game that's bucked the trend of the opening kill to round conversion. So very good stuff there from Ago. And I spoke about it. If they're giving up the opening kill and then the round is being paced on out, it is going to come down to an individual getting a multi-kill. And here it is, delivered right for everybody's enjoyment. Great stuff. I love that shot onto Electronic. That was a beauty. And then the last one onto Simple. Time, there was still plenty left, but Ultimate's going to be feeling good about that. And 8 rounds. They've won out the half now.
Anything more as well is just going to be sugar on top. You know NaVi's CT side is going to be a lot fewer gaps, for lack of a better description. mwlkyx has been having a tough time on this B site. And it looks like they want to come and isolate him again. He is completely alone. The molly should force them back. Sound cue heard. Bits ahead of it. So Bit could catch a timing here.
They're grouping up now. util getting lined up, and they can actually follow through because they faked it last time. The rotation might be timid. They're out. Oh, he got stuck.
Yeah, the pacing was weird. mwlkyx trying to find a safe haven, but he will be sprayed down. Bit ready for him, and the site is lost. That
be a save, boys. Hold on to what you got here. This is really not worth it, Ago. There's still plenty of rounds to play within this half. Don't give it up.
Furlan, why is he going forward? He wants to try and catch someone, but just through the smoke. Perfecto rats him. And there will be 2 to save instead of the dream number of 3.
Yeah, so this one here, look, the loss bonus, it's not fantastic over there for Ago. It's only going to be 2,400 into the next round to play here. So Leman could drop 1, right? It's
but you would have had Furlan probably dropping another.
Yeah, you're right. So they're going to be in a situation where it could have been a full buy round to just the AWP and the AK likely, and then a save for the buy in the following.
He may not save. He's being hunted, and there's a good chance that one of them could lose a rifle here. I mean, I don't know how he's feeling himself. 11 bullets and baits the ultimate AWP. They know where he is, no time, and I think they get away with 2 of the Dream 3 required. So you can see this was really brutal. mwlky, he just gets flashed. The util is so quick, and because Bit's so far forward in apps, ahead of that Molotov, he's got the info and process of elimination found mwlky before the rest of the team arrive. It makes it so difficult to be that solo player and delay, as he optimally would. He couldn't do it. Wasn't set up to do it. NaVi counter that nicely.
Yeah, good pressure, and then the buy is a little bit better than anticipated here. It is MP9, sure, but it's really on how Furlan and mwlky want to use this. Now, mwlky, this is a good position for the now, but as the clock tickles on down and they don't push you immediately, you might have to reposition. 2 MP9s to lock down B. And it's a creep up short here. NaVi threading the needle.
Yeah, and Fiku just looked away.
It's an open door, isn't it?
You have to make it clear that...
Oh, it's the MP9s.
Short.
What are they going to do?
Is vulnerable.
What are you going to do?
Yeah, you're absolutely cream crackered, aren't you?
Yeah, at that moment, you're worried about short. You're screaming on back to get in a better position. And look at it, it's just falling apart. It's just the one thread has been pulled from this and it's all dropped on the ground. Save again for... I almost called him Cyclone.
It's a pretty sick name to be. Do we know any?
Dart, Cyclone. There's a couple more.
Yeah. Banjo.
I can't believe there are people who have never experienced that, having the pre-muted teammate and not knowing that Banjo is one of the names.
Yeah.
Look, I guess maybe everybody else plays with nice players. We just get the meanies out there.
Just get enemy green and not enemy orange. Those ones are ones to fear as well.
Through the net legs right there. Good stuff from Bit. Leman position noted. Simple's on the hunt.
We used to call that a Megs.
Yeah, that's like a nutmeg.
Yeah, nutmeg, thank you. I thought there was a player I didn't know, like there was some guy called like Brian Meggs.
He was just really good at kicking the ball.
Meggsy! Oh!
It does fit.
Yeah.
All right, well, could be an 8-7 here for NaVi, and considering how this one started, I think they'll be very happy to get 7. Ago showing a much better face here, showing that they are here to play, not just going to be a team that can be walked on over. mwlky's had a rough go of things over towards B, and they have been targeting his bomb site a little bit more so, but similar looking buy. 3 rifles, AWP, and 4 AK, plus the 2 MP9. So let's try it again. Simple, the Firewalker?
Yeah, and the opening fragger. Leman,
nice.
He's going to be mad. So will Simple as he drops off, meets Ultimate Torp in counter. The bomb wasn't committed, but Electronic is. And look at this, the strafe with the smoke and flash combined. I don't know if they know.
I don't think they have any idea here. He has so much space to work with.
That's how you find a gap in a pro CS match. It requires 3 nades and a strafe.
Yeah, he's got no clue. If he just walks...
Oh, he can do so much with this. Bye. Waves goodbye to the chances of Ago finding that 9th here. Can recover, but multi required. Fiku on connector, but already Headtrix found mwlky, and yeah, Electronic has won this round with a combination of raw skill and movement. And we're closer than that of Dust 2. Let's see if NaVi have got it in 2-0 fashion, or can Ago cook up trouble on the T side?
It's hard to imagine the playoffs in Cologne without Nodis Vincere, and 2018 was no different. However, it wasn't just NaVi making it to the grand final that made that year in the Cathedral of Counter-Strike special. The German team...
We have seen NaVi's T-side display more expectations of NaVi into this Group D. Smokes to the window as we swap sides. We've got Ago on the attack, and this is where we're about to find out if NaVi will once again put up that blue wall.
Well, Simple is tucked in here with Headtrick just making it look like it's a retake set up on A. 1xbet odds still favoring NaVi. And see, Headtrick's just going to draw them in. Normally when you see a player playing from Ticket, you don't expect another, especially in the corner that Simple's in.
Coming A though. Typically team stack B, so this is actually NaVi in the right place for the A punish. And it's working. Look at that, a flurry of 3 out of the gates. Ultimate is committed, but a long-range Glock, he's threatening. He's got the bomb, he's got so much required of him, and he's got his head all over the shop, looking jungle, connector, and CT. They got info. He doesn't really have a teammate, though. And he's got the bomb locked into Tetris. One click could ruin this entire round. He's trying his best. He's done well to survive as long as he has. Head Trick gets his second. And you know what? It might even be a hat trick for Head Trick. 10 or 19 HP. They're set up with the bomb, and NaVi will get themselves another pistol in the bank.
There it is.
Steals the triple, makes it a double of his own.
Yeah, I wonder, we missed it, and that's because while we were watching the bullets, but the smoke for connector didn't land. I wonder if it was blocked by one of the CTs there, right? That could have been the case.
Starting to do it now.
Yeah, so that's a curious one, but we got a couple more people tweeting at us. We got Lewis Crossing, who's a part of streaming ops. I don't know what that actually does, but he has a setup, Alex, which would put ours to shame. And Tomar,
ESL Pro League.
ESL Pro League, yeah. And Tomar Biceps says you really see these tweets at Sponge at Machine with hashtag ESL Pro League.
Ah,
so I think that's self-explanatory for Mr. Tomar Biceps. But through the underpass we come, and the question is, Alex, how many is Electronic getting?
Let me just cut my abacus out. Hang on. So it's 17 Mirage.
It's simple. Maybe it's simple instead. You've seen a couple.
And that'll do. That's enough from them, actually. No, thank you very much. Perfecto is starting to activate.
Oh, Electronic is pushed all the way up. He's hearing all of this.
Okay, I reckon he gets my abacus come back 3.
One.
Simple knifed Furlan, and it is only 1 casualty for the NaVi boys. So, second in the bag.
Oh, simple. Already bringing the knife out on match number 1 of map number 2. And he's already decided to get one in the feed here. We haven't had a crazy amount of knife kills. Here it is. Oh, he hasn't.
He does.
Oh, he hasn't. That is very cheeky.
Oh, Furlan. Jumping over to his death.
But they're having fun.
Yeah. I think you have to. You really got to keep the mental strong here. Enjoy the game. Fun a component of it, albeit in very serious business.
The AKs are out now, so the first buy round for the second half is in play. And Simple ahead of the smoke, of course.
Yeah, Furlan didn't...
You're committed to this, Furlan.
Didn't catch a whiff of Simple. Leads to a nice opening kill. AK thrown, juggled across. Lovely delivery to ensure his teammate is properly set up. And Electronic is in dark with 3 closing in towards him. Did he see a little leg? He didn't.
Wow.
This is risky. Look at this angle on top of the ladder. Beautifully moving and maneuvering, but not enough. With a double in, the site could become susceptible to a plant, especially if Milky didn't get caught lacking. We got a 3v3 now. They want that triple plant. The smokes should enable it. The smoke for the retake's not bad. It will enable Simple to have room to stretch his legs. Fiku to be cleared. Oh, they didn't check him. Perfecto needs a trade, but through the smoke, Fiku strikes. It's Simple in the 1v2, and it's Leman just crab walk in the faded smoke, and Ago find a must-win round immediately.
Yeah, beautiful stuff from Fiku. They're just using the cusp of the smoke to keep himself hidden and not being cleared. The flash was good, right? But they didn't clear their corners right there, not expecting somebody so up close and personal. And a great round to win here. Luki comes up, gets the frag in the back onto Head Trick, and then, yeah, they are counted for Electronic up towards the balcony position as well, but that's a great little double there from Fiku to close things down and buy back in. No AWP for Simple this time round. A CZ and an MP9 are the weakest parts of this buy. I think they blocked the window smoke there. As he was jumping up, I think he body blocked the window smoke.
Ultimate, this is the worst way to go down. He's at least been traded. But up close against the SMGs, Milky into mid. This is complete pandemonium. 2v2 now, and everything will calm down. But Jesus, we just lost 6 players in 20 seconds.
Perfecto's got a gun now, so he's much more threatening here.
Certainly. He's even got a smoke if he requires it for the later.
Oh, the nade.
Oh, right onto Fiku. He was not going to plant unless Leman hits this first bullet headshot. Does defend his teammates' honor and his teammates' plant. Perfecto now in the clutch.
He's seen both sides.
Yeah, I think he's got a good assumption as to where they may be. Oh. Double P. Leman is having a game, Chad.
20 kills.
20 frags. It started well with his defense of the A ramp, but he has morphed now into this T side, and he's been posting some doubles. 20 and 9, keeping a lid on that 10 deaths. He's the only player not to have conceded double-digit deaths.
I think Minirox has just called another timeout here, so this is going to be the third timeout right now for Ago, and I like it. I think that was a chaotic round, and it's also a good opportunity to assess where the buy was at. All right, guys, what did they have? What were we dying through? There was M4s in the mix. You know, we saw an MP9. It's really good to take stock of this just to tell the team what they're expecting going forward, right? Because if you go into this round and you haven't really had a good chat about things, and you go into a pistol stack, that could be a massive problem here. And NaVi, with the loss bonus of only 2,400 into the next, are going to have to keep this conservative. Hold up a second. It looks like they're going for a 4-spy. Perfecto's into an MP9 with Kevlar and a smoke. Electronic into a 5-7. And the buys keep coming. A Famous drop for Bit. A Deagle for Simple. This is an all-in right now for NaVi. So this is showing the intent of a round like this. I think they feel that they got hard done by in the last 2 gun rounds.
Yeah. And the spawn's not bad. Furlan taking a little early glance. So you see nothing in middle.
If this is just an AXQ, this could be perfect. Headtrick is going to get overrun.
Yeah, he doesn't have the weapon for this. That's all. I think, yeah, they are going to gamble back over.
They have to. They don't really have another choice.
So, could have been great. Milky unable to pull it across the line, but we got Leman. Leman again is the real thorn in Navi's side, and just like that, the pieces do tumble. It's just Perfecto and Simple, and they're locked out behind.
This one's worth 2. This one is worth 2. You cannot have another NaVi buy off the back of this. They will just have to hold on to the MP9 and the Deagle, and then in the next round, they have to take an eco, right? 2,900, well, that doesn't feel close, does it? So, yeah, they're going to have to wait out one, get the 2,400 loss, and then get the 2,900 loss in the next. So, rough spot right now for NaVi to find themselves in. It's very likely to be 12 rounds to the good for Ago going forward here. So, look, by no means am I saying it's over. By no means am I thinking NaVi are done and dusted just here, but this was another great double from Leman.
Listen, in the words of Shrek, it isn't ogre until it's ogre.
Nothing about onions having layers?
No, but that was kind of the seed, existential seed planted at 10 years old.
They did good.
Did. And the people of, what was it called? Where did Lord Farquaad live? The city of...
I don't know, I haven't seen Shrek in years. It's not high on my list of things to rewatch either. Sounds a bit Grinchy, don't I?
Julot. Did I get it?
I don't know. You're going to have to wait and see what the people at home have
I'm waiting for them to tell me, because I remember the little...
They'll know.
The little performing wooden people.
Wooden people?
Yeah, they do a song about Julot being a perfect place.
Are they puppets?
Julot is... Counter-Strike, fortunately, is what we're here to focus on, and the bomb loose and spawn, as we do see a bit of a...
Nice one. Here we go.
Hop and go. Ultimate ready. And still deleted. Perfecto does some parkour into his face and gets away with it.
And the AK too. That's being juggled across. Simple has head armor.
Yeah, one to be feared, I suppose. And I do like this. This is very modern. Let's have Furlan fully push the issue, see if there's been any over-rotation, see if he can park the bus. And yeah, there is a universe, but Milky has a bad time here.
He's been left out overnight.
Oh, nearly soured.
That is actually the round-winning kill, I think.
It might be, yeah. Especially now Electronic's gone down on B. They can scoop the bomb up and run it all the way around the world. Come on, Chad, you're a CS expert. How long does it take from here? T-spawn to planting on B?
I don't know.
I reckon 20 seconds.
Mentally, like I'd have a good understanding if there was a certain amount of time left on the clock and I could say there's not enough time.
It was
but like
he's walking as well.
Yeah.
So we don't get
but the exact amount of time.
I'm still sad they haven't returned the timey line. Do you remember
timey line?
Oh
yeah. Bardoff was always talking about that, right? Where you would draw on the map and it would tell you how long between point A and point B.
Rush would have loved that. You know, you used to be able to just straight up tell us if they had enough time.
Yeah, well, Alex, you want to start some unfounded rumors here?
Yeah.
Well, this year is Counter-Strike's 10th birthday.
Right.
And what a better time than the 10th birthday to release Source 2.
Well, there was a recent CSGO sticker in Dota Source 2 code. And I obviously know exactly what that means and implies.
So, guys, what we're saying is...
Confirmed.
On the birthday of CSGO's 10th, the game will be ported across to Source 2. Now, that is not true at all. But you all need something to believe in.
So guys, just end the clip just as he says that, prior to that, if you wouldn't mind.
Clip it, ship it.
get the rumor mill rolling on down.
That's completely unfounded. I have no idea. I'm just talking schmack.
No, but Valve are a little sentimental.
They are.
They are
You
sentimental.
see the sticker thing? They made a tweet last night for the 10-year stickers. I'm trying to think of some. I don't want to tell people because some people might take the idea.
Yeah,
I can't make graphics.
I'm sure you could find someone.
Yeah.
Anders has done that before. He has ideas and then gets talented people.
Is that the Cartel, the one that they have? The
Cartel was the
AK and the P250.
Room on Fire. I liked them
Yeah.
very much. Very cool skins. And I think the artist himself has continued to do a lot of cool things. Nearly dropped my telephone. Actually, let me check the ESL Pro League hashtag because people have been getting involved and been watching along at home.
Oh, you have a look at that, and I'm going to talk about this timeout because this is the first one that NaVi have called within this map, and you can see Blade doing a lot more talking this time around, just to give them an understanding of what they need to get back into this game, because I think the discussion was this was meant to be a 2-0, but Ago have shown they are here to play in a big way, and we have Inferno as the third map, right? We have Inferno coming up here as the third if we need to get there, and this is like the most normie map pool you could get right now. Anybody dialing in on the Twitter sphere?
Yeah, well, it was mostly just people talking about Simples getting his first knife in his second map of Pro League, so I expect to see more. I'll take a sweepstakes on how many knife kills he gets over the course of Group D.
That's a fun one.
Yeah. Winner gets Harry's new knife.
Without his permission.
Without his permission. Well, I figured we're lying. We may as well.
That's true. We'll keep it up. This is a B fake, everybody. This is not a committal, and it's actually caused a massive gap in mid. Leman spotted a lot there.
Yeah, but Bit's just the embodiment of modern Counter-Strike info taking. Nades do land.
Leman got it on the better end of that, damage-wise.
I can't believe Leman's still not gone down. We talked about his 9 deaths 4 rounds ago.
The big man, we should start calling him.
Yeah, big man on campus. Leman here to demand and command the respect of NaVi. It was an 8-7 in favor of Ago, and if they've built this nicely, conceding the pistol into... Whoa!
Okay.
Oh, okay. Simple has an AWP on his back and hits them with the hand cannon. An uncharacteristic miss. He opts for the deagle as well. He could get run down. Elevated angle could be good for it, but Ultimate's been pretty solid in the head-to-heads with Simple. He has not let this slip. And they have lots of time for this. Headtrick's been caught in the open, and it does mean that the A site's open for business. If they really want to boost short, they could perhaps get a little bit of information. Yeah, it is.
Oh, and they fumbled the movement.
Yeah, it's falling a little bit apart at the seams now. They aren't rushing the plant, and another tag. This is Ultimate keeping a lid on them.
Furlan's here to chase this down. Oh, boys, not this one. Don't fumble this one. 25 seconds. You need to get the bomb.
Yeah, and they're so split up. Furlan has to make a decision. Immediately, he heads back to Fiku to encourage and enable a plant. There's no one on short to punish this open plant. Perfecto's not going to be willing to take that challenge immediately. Good management of the angles. Furlan's back up the stairs position. Kit check. 0. Couple loose idle on the site. And that was a great duel from Furlan. Controls the spray. Will likely just force Perfecto to save.
Yeah, and it's a Galil too. It's not an AK. It's not an M4. This was rough, right? The fact that there was even close to NaVi winning this round was something, because Simple getting the deagle kill, sure, you know, I'm sure that it was making Milky's blood curdle, but realistically speaking here, that round was over as soon as Simple went down, because Headtricks, you could see, he didn't look comfortable. He have to, as that A player, it's a shocking spot. I thought the B anchor was worse, but A, right, if everybody is dedicating themselves towards middle here, here's the banger again, bang. Then you have to worry about Palace, A-ramp, and the connector walk up, and then if nobody's in window, you got to worry about the window boost. This was Simple trying to use an elevated angle, but Ultimate, that is a massive kill for him to make right there to get that trade back. So good stuff, and another timeout called here. Blade gonna try and chip on him before it's too little too late, but it's already starting to feel that way. And some light frustrations, right? It's not getting too out of control. It's not NaVi with Zeus, but it's definitely starting to look a little bit more tense over there as we get a nice camera shot of the 4 who are currently down at the booth. Blade in the back trying to help out the best he can with all of this. Simple into the big green. This is the hero moment. You got to put on that cape. You got to step on up.
Put on the underpants over your leggings. Get ready to rumble. 13 getting dangerous now for NaVi. That third map that seemed like a distant dream in Dust 2 is now becoming more and more of a reality here on Mirage. Ultimate throwing out the quick mid smoke. Gonna have Fiku and his boys go for a 3-2 split leading A. Lots of flashes. Simple, he is posted up trying to be that superhero, and he will not let that go. Furlan attempting a spray to trade. The backup here in form of Electronic to repel that hunt, and Fiku has cracked into the A site. Simple, how is he still alive? It's Furlan that finishes off Electronic. This is chaos. Look at the damage, look at the health. Simple, so susceptible to a single bullet. The site is lost, and what do you do now? This is pick your poison time.
Fiku's gonna kill Simple here if he jumps that window. Easy as you like, one player left, it's just Bit, and now it's a 1-on-3, turn 1v2.
Yeah, he's been asked to save. Has to back it up, but he's been given
Doesn't want to consider it now. There's 20 seconds left. Yeah, give it a crack.
Exactly. That's enough. Pull him in. Ultimate has been so good for Ego. Light on time, sitting on the site.
Called it off now.
Called it off now. That little bit of hesitation could have been a difference maker, but Ultimate, again, just winning by virtue of the clock.
Yeah, and the thing is, whoa, spotting each other there on the way out the door. So the orbs retained, sure. But notice what's happening here. If you look at the minimap, and I'm sure Yanko and Kassad will probably break this down, they're drawing so much attention towards mid or B, it's leaving Hetrix on his own again. That's multiple occasions now that they've been able to do a bit of a fake and isolate the A defender. Hetrix has two choices now. Sit in a corner and guarantee one and done, or just hide ticket. Jump spot, jump spot, jump spot. It's not fun. It's one of the worst ways that you're going to have to hold that position. But right now, he is just being caught out. And that is not going to work well for NaVi here as they take another timeout.
Yeah, something that's obviously worth mentioning, most would be considering, is that when the times are going tough for NaVi, I imagine the spiral would be much quicker and easier to fall into. You know, you already feel like you're not operating at full capacity, and then the going starts getting tough. It could be easy to not quite find that same response. We're at 14-9, so running out of opportunities if they wanted that 2-0. We have Inferno to look forward to as well, a full normie map 3-piece. And it's not pretty either. FAMAS for Electronic and Perfecto. And let's keep exactly what Chad has just laid down for us in the forefront of our minds. The bomb is leaning A, and this is them trying to pull defense away. It's like Ultimate showing presence in towards middle, making sure these shots are fired.
See, Simple is staying more static now towards ticket.
This should be at least one.
At least.
And there it is. The second is delivered. Milky down, and Head Trick takes all three. A completely perfect shutdown and the remedy that NaVi needed.
Yeah, but it just meant Headtrick could focus on one angle as opposed to 7, right? Like, I know that I'm overplaying this here, but this is the stand-in. Oh, nice shot. He's had some good moments on the AWP, hasn't he? Grab another one here. Some more damage financially. That's what we're talking about. Can't get it on the line to Bit. He'll close it down, and they're able to convert. But that has been 6 rounds consecutively now for Ego to put them up to 14. And they've basically just had plays, as we've mentioned, that are faking elsewhere and walking out A. There has to be more strats within their book, right? They're going to have a couple more options. And Ego have actually just exhausted their last timeout. So we've almost had back-to-back-to-back rounds of timeouts here. Both teams being pensive, taking their opportunities to talk things through. NaVi have just bought themselves a lifeline, and also it's given some confidence, I'm sure, to Headtrix here. Now, if NaVi can pick this one up, Alex, it is going to really put the hurt on Ego's finances, right? They're going to have to take a save. If they, are able to keep a couple of guns, sure, they can stay threatening. But if they lose this round, scoreline 14-11, and then NaVi should be good to close the gap to 2 because it should be an Ego eco. They only get 1,900 as the loss into the next. So a very important round right now for Ego.
Electronic and Bit dispatched to mid. Bit usually good for it. One of the few that rocks the M4A4 with style, and dumping his util to remain a threat on short side. Down to 50, nades landing on Fiku's toes as he advances early into the boost. Bit may not be ready for that. Simple heard the dismount. Loudly returning to the underpass.
Now take a look at this. Minute 20 on the clock, and a molly and a flash. The only things remaining for Ego right now. And it gets worse, because imagine if you wanted to save these 4 players, you're not going to be able to reinvest in utility in the next round. And yeah, salt in the wound. Electronic picks out, Ultimate dead, mid being cleared. It being cleared.
Nice. It's going to be none other than Leman. Puts Bit into an early grave and claws a 3v5 into a slightly more manageable 3v4. But as you put it, yeah, like they can't afford to not go for this. It is definitely a pick your poison type scenario. You've got nothing to break the site with. You've got essentially a single flashbang.
And this is very good because all Headtrick has to do is jump and peek. Once he gets spotted, he can actually stay and tuck in and allow Electronic to activate from jungle. So this right now is perfect play in the number advantage.
Just keep that well-drilled, rinse, repeat. You are the canary in the coal mine, and he's about to tweet. Okay, nade required, and Electronic set up with a softened Fiku. Very little opportunity now for Ago. They need a bomb plant. You got 10 seconds, and it does look like they've been forced to cower. Some extra nades from Leman, but that'll be about it for those two.
Yeah, so this is where the tail end of this game is about to start getting out of control for Ago, because they have two choices here. We can force buy with the 1900 that we just got on our 3 players who were dead, so 2.5 for Fiku and 1900 for that of Ultimate and Milky behind these 2 AKs and try and get the most out of them. We can just use the 2 AKs, take an eco, but then in the next round, Ferlin and Leman won't have enough for a buy, right? So either way you split this right now, the next few suck, and they've already exhausted all those timeouts. So there's no opportunity for the coach to go, hold up, hold up, hold up. This is the best call we can make. They're going to be flying by the seat of their pants here, and they need to get a lot out of Ferlin and Leman now as they head towards B.
Perfecto hasn't been tested in this capacity much during the course of this game.
They crack his head off here. The rotation, sure, it's looking plentiful through mid, but there's a chance.
Heard that, and an aid to follow could very well be optimal. Ferlin's catching flack, and he is going to dump his util. He's paranoid.
It's the right decision. That's off one lick of the flame. Just one lick of the flame there, and he's dropped all that. Sent them scurrying, sent them into a bit of a tailspin here. It's pulled Electronic back. It hasn't really created a gap because Bit is staying very confident around window. Headtrick is now actually starting to turtle up a little bit more into A, so fortifying over towards that side of the map for a one and done. Run boost or swing? Run boost it is.
Yeah, and then hopefully that pulls Simple's crosshair away from the AK. You want the base of this totem pole to be the one to get the frag. A little bit of a miscalculation. Left looking.
Nice shot.
Really great pre-fire. Just on the jiggle. It's Bit, though, that does behead. A little gap in the smoke for him to spray into. Yeah, he is vulnerable. Electronic, though, mantles onto the bricks and sends all 3 of them packing their bags. 12 now in the bank for NaVi, and as discussed, this isn't going to be all's well in the hood for the next round of play for Ago.
If they have a pocket strat, you know, those little nice set pieces that we talk about, or maybe the B execute with the pillar smokes left and right, you can do a lot of geeky stuff on a map like Mirage in terms of faster plays. And we already saw some real grimy, nerdy nades that Ago had lined on up for their Dust 2 jaunt. So if they have anything, now would be the time. They've actually opted to go with 3 HEs here, Alex. They might try and target the fact that Headtrick has been jump spotting from this ticket position, but he's now moved into the site. So if they were hoping they'd be destined for an easy kill, that's not going to be the case.
Oi, Simple does not let Leman go. And a second as well.
Quick.
Very quick, and it looks like this round is going to be following suit. Boy, imagine. Nearly gave a haircut to 1, and looks like Ultimate
nades do work.
Does manage to finish off Simple with that. Oh, we've got the vertical bomb. A rarity in the bomb universe. His friends will be talking about that at bomb school.
Yeah, well, you did the trick.
Did it, man?
You did the trick,
Everyone
man.
saw. Everyone's. Oh,
well, it's the horizontal but vertical bomb.
Yeah, I thought it was a full vertical. I gave him too much credit there.
Who's going to have to go back to bomb school and work on his pose?
Yeah.
Wow, they've definitely clawed this one back, haven't they? And now Ago eventually, after what was a strugglesome few rounds, have enough cash money.
So what works? Let's recap. They were doing well in isolating Headtrick on A, and then the response was having a more static Simple.
I think even just a full A exec right now wouldn't be a terrible call, and well, maybe I'm a prophet, but that's exactly what they're lining up here. Milky had the bomb top mid on his lonesome doing this, so lucky that Electronic's push wasn't even further forward, but here comes the set piece. Headtrick will have to play retake.
All right, flashes should be good. Headtrick does not have vision. No flashed off as they emerge. It's good timing. It's well drilled, but Bit aggressive onto the bench position. Now recedes back into the smoke. It's Leman that's continuing to be a threat as Bit re-emerges into his lead.
Fiku.
What is that? Electronic was not prepared. It's Simple flustered.
Misses.
Missed it. Finds it on the dig. Bomb now down and ticking. Simple trying to fight his way out of trouble. It's all onto the rotate. They know he's the B player. Milky, don't overthink it. Don't overcook it. You have to hit this shot, and he does. 15 secure. The third map looms as it's time for NaVi to find 2 in a row to force us to OT.
Well, they exploited that A-bomb site again, right? But it was much simpler. It was an A-set piece, and I think there was a moment there where they got stalled out where it's like, do we head back? But all your utility was dumped on the site, and so was NaVi's timeouts. Their final one called. Blade trying to give them enough to get these 2 consecutive rounds here to just keep NaVi's head above water. Who thought we were going to be saying this 40 minutes ago? It was a 16-1 on map number 1.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just some resilience presented by Ago. Every individual that you'd like to see at the top has been delivering. Milky's been having a bit of a tough time on Mirage, but that's not to discredit what he has been providing.
Real testament as well here to how little Perfecto has been pushed on the B bomb site. He doesn't have a multi-kill yet, right? Even within this entire game so far. So as the B anchor not getting 1 multi-kill, you can see kind of where their play has been through and where the focus has been on this T side from Ago. But the Poles, this would be, look, this map is already fantastic. If they win this, that is awesome stuff.
And don't forget what this will do. Oops. What this will do for NaVi. This is the map they have brainstormed. Is going to be the easiest for them to integrate their 5th in, right? This is their map pick that they figured would be the best recipe. Likely, if anything, Dust 2 might be more on their agenda.
And we were just talking about the fact that Perfecto hasn't been tested a lot. There's currently 3 players over towards the B apartments. They're just clearing out underpass right now. Ultimate was waiting for any B jumps. So they still have a real chance to do a B finish here. Fiku's passive in T-spawn watching any push just in case. And Milky was covering off top mid. But as they start to regather, this is a deep connector smoke being thrown.
Run boost for Ultimate. He has been brilliant and flying straight in. Oh. It's Bit that receives him. No issues, and there's more in the feed. NaVi have caught Furlan progressing mid. This is problems now. Big problems in Little Mirage. And just like that, continues to see more and more of Ago drop. Head trick caught out. Nice timing found, but Simple is there to manage the threat. Milky just alone hanging out. Does spot the drop. Here, isn't it? Yeah, he's just going to hang out and see if he can get a couple more. Simple's going to be there. Simple as that. 3 frags for him in the round. 23 and counting. He's definitely individually very present.
Him and Bit are having good games again. Yeah. Right? They had a very good showing over there on Dust 2, obviously, and they're continuing that form right now. It has been a little bit light on from the others, but as we mentioned, Perfecto hasn't had a lot of action on B, and Head Trick is being exploited at A. But this could be a bit of a faster round. We have 2 MAC-10s equipped, 2 Deagles, and 1 AK. They're only operating with 2 smokes in this round.
What are they supposed to do with this, Chad?
I guess it has to be the B exec, right?
Yeah, but like it was held back by a Perfecto util dump before. If he just does the same thing again, the molly's already there and burning. You're gonna have to go as it fades. Nade instead of the smoke this time. Smoke likely to follow. He's still got it. Might have to underhand it and divide the site. Bit is here, and that's going to be a nuisance. He's in peak form, and they haven't even left the apartments. Leman enables them. With Bit gone, Ultimate 2, and Perfecto just racks up the whole triple. Okay, overtime. We'll take it. NaVi not willing to back down. Electronic frustrated, but we will take a quick break. We'll be back to see if Ago can force 3, or if NaVi are going to sail through with a necessary win up against Ago.
Hey Future Pros, today we'll be smoking mid-short on Mirage. This smoke will allow you to take top mid control even if an AWPer is holding the angle. To do the smoke, hop onto this bin. Aim at the top right antenna all the way to the edge. Then throw the
Sometimes it gets a bit confusing, sometimes it's 10k in Valve sanctioned events, sometimes it's 16. We've found a middle ground here at EPL, season 15 appropriately given the score. We're in, and he's out of window. Bit with a lovely move through the flames, and that's Ultimate gone. He takes the AWPer down with an AWPer's move.
I like that, and Electronic's coming for more here.
Oh, big one from Milky. He's actually grabbed the AWP, he swings into Bit, and that just seemed like a bit of a death sentence. The 3v3, though, not done, and Simple could be set up for a double. 2 barreling towards him. He's ready for Leman, but that's a big trade out of Fiku. He maintains the pace, maintains an advantage in an extent. Nice pop. Bit not blind, 26 and counting. This kid started so strong into mid-OT. Can he finish it on A? Oh, maybe a little bit of a blind spot. Fiku on the bench. He may not assume that just yet. He usually considers his options there, and
he is now.
Fiku has revealed himself. Doesn't have the move. Does have the time.
I like this, going around the world, right? Perfecto's really good in the clutch, but if you completely disappear and you go for this in a fast nature, look how quick he's going to be back around. Perfecto worried about him being window, jungle, connector. Well, guess what? In a moment's time, he's about to be creeping up A ramp, and that's where he started this round with the kill onto Simple.
So, look, I mean, this is perfect. Perfecto's body language is telling us he doesn't know. He could be jungle for a late CT, and then Perfecto's going looking for answers. 30 seconds. Now Fiku equally is in the dark. Perfecto opting for jungle it's a perfect location, but now the bomb can disappear.
If he goes back to B, right?
Fiku.
I don't think he's going to go up for that, especially now that he's timed out with this. It wouldn't be enough on the clock here. Perfecto has to be starting to doubt.
Yeah, not anymore. And Perfecto's good for it. Wow, he solves the puzzle. No issues for Perfecto, and just an exhale as he knows 16 is secure.
Yeah, got to stay calm in a moment like that, don't you? Because there were so many unknowns, so many unknown entities, and he allowed Fiku to play out the round, right? So Perfecto didn't do a whole lot. The biggest thing he did was go back towards jungle and call window clear. That was massive. This was great from bit in towards mid, and that type of a round that Ago ran, Yanko and Kassar were talking about this, right? Where it's a bit more mid-heavy, and then you have two players walk out, one ramp, one palace, and try and look for the 1v1. And they got it on head tricks, but they didn't know Simple was there.
But what a luxury it is to have a rifler like Bit, who can just open up aggressively defending middle like that consistently. It really is such a string to your bow.
The thing is, right now, they're doing more of this. The mid control to keep the attention of the pack, right? There's normally 3 players who are tasked with defending short connector and the window position, and then they're combing forward over towards A. They have enough utility to go for an execute over towards the A site with ultimate. He's got a smoke. Leman's got a smoke as well. Furlan's coming over with the pack. I think the concept here is A execute, and then our focus will need to be on Milky late. He's going to come through middle here, and he could be the undoing of Electronic and Simple towards connector.
That go sign. Pins pulled, counter incendiary, perfectly timed. Ultimate to says team up to go. Simple trying to catch a glimpse before vision is denied. The wall of smokes is up and head tricks gone. We talked about Milky late. And he doesn't clear his
that's so awkward.
That is a weird one. Electronic gets a freebie. And Simple breaks his wrist and breaks the spine of Leman in the process. Leman.
Well, this one's falling apart now too.
Oh, wow. Ultimate actually just saw the big toe of Simple, and he isn't going to get much rewarded on that repeat. Furlan won, not the second. Bit is such a problem. Look, I mean, so you got Simple and Bit just taking it in turns to find the multi-kills.
Milky got everything he wanted there, right? And that's just awkward, losing the player in the smoke, not being ready for that type of maneuver, because that should have been a player dead to rights in that scenario. The thing with this head tricks opening that he went down as well, Simple flash for him. So it's not like the head tricks is just picking, dry and dying. He gets mollied out of position, Simple flashes, and the flash didn't blind anybody. This is the awkward moment. So the back pedal from Electronic catches the bold dome. And I don't know how Milky doesn't see him there, but doesn't matter. 17 to 15 now.
Electronic sails through the hole in the wall and is quick to the left-hand side. Has struggled to put the bullets
come on.
down range. Bit robbed there. They were all stacked up. It's Leman who's found himself an Electronic and Simple double head trick on the ladder. Loses the accuracy and loses the duel. The bombs are committed mid for now. Bit's going to get info over the smoke.
Felon's just going to have to sit tight here.
Graceful moves.
Perfecto's not going to clear. He's not going to clear.
Oh, so loud.
This is a free kill.
Should be dead. And he is. Perfect to the back of the head. Bit in a 1v3. He is a scary player to play against. Always one step ahead. Now Fiku planted here. If he does make a sound, it would give him the kill necessary. For now, Fiku reveals himself. The trajectory implies triple. Spots him, taps him, head gone, knows one's top mid, he can assume the other's A, and he just wants the fight. He backs himself in that 1v2. And it will go 17-16. So they find one on their T side. That's enough.
The fact that Furlan stays for that fight as well, right? If he goes down, it becomes a one-on-one with Leman on the side. That's a risky business from both of them there, just wanting to get stuck on in and find the kills. You can understand more so from Bit. He's going to need to shoot what's on the screen. But here we go. Double AWPs on this CT side for Ago. Milky, if he can get activated here late, it's not too late to feel his impact as part of this. Up mid with 3. And Milky, there it is. There's the impact. That's an opener.
That's Bit as well. A huge scalp to take early, especially if Furlan doesn't go untraded. Nice. Ultimate posts it. Head trick gone, and now NaVi operating with 2 casualties.
Remember the keys to the success of Ago when they had that 17-round spree. 17? 7-round spree. I read 17 at the top. It was opening kills. Yeah,
Leman's a big part of that, but Perfecto's taken him down immediately and smoke strafe. We know that move from Electronic now. He gets away with it again. They know this time. It's Perfecto on Tetris. Ultimate safe from it for now.
So much utility for the retake for Ago here. Smokes, mollies, flashes, everything.
Forced into the wider angle. Ultimate has been spotted out. Electronic not choosing to wallbang. Instead, just dropping in full retake util. Now can peek around this. Trying to isolate Electronic and style points as 3 frags from the AWP. 4, in fact, was that just an AWP base?
All the AWP.
Milky opened it as well, so 5 AWP frags in the feed. That works nicely.
Yeah, and that's great, right? You say Milky's name and he gets that opening pick right there. Look, he has had a quiet game, right? He's had a bit of a rough game here, but it's an overtime right now, and this is all that matters. This opening kill onto Bit, it was the fact that Bit was finding a lot of scalps as well on the T side for NaVi. This is fantastic. So beautiful work there just on the smoke bloom, and this is really good. Rifling, 17-17. The magic number is 19. If we go 18-18, we do it all again.
Yeah, and if you're NaVi, you know you're up against double AWPs. You're probably going to want to try and punish them with an unretakeable site. Now, B is a real great opportunity to do so.
But look at Fiku's info. He's already pushed apartments all the way through here. They can rotate a 3rd man over towards B as soon as he clears T spawn.
Yeah, and he is going to do it. The value is too high.
Leman's rotating now. He should be there in time.
Vico calls it dead silent on A.
And Ultimate can just focus mid.
It's going to work out nicely. Furlan just trying to survive at this point, playing anti. Milky tucked into the side. They're already in the site. Electronic and Bit are in and planting. And that's not going to be denied. One from Milky back, but already their bodies are dropping. Viku catches head trick mid.
May as well go for this. You can buy next round anyway.
Trying to draw attention short. Simple's got this one on lock. Misses his shot and will fall back. Pressure from Ultimate's kitchen side. A nice connection through the smoke. He's keeping them on their toes, and Ultimate has pushed out, pushing the issue. Hello. A chance onto Bit.
So unfortunate.
Tucks in, and that will be 18 for NaVi. They are just going to be within touching distance, or we will have to go again.
Do you do the same execute? Because are you expecting them to pull out the double AWPs again? Because that execute was perfect.
Yeah.
The only way that can change is if... Ooh, damage on the way out the door there from Fiku being cheeky. But they could post one of those AWPs up towards the B apartments, and then they could get a more aggressive line. But it's going to take the AWP away from middle or from A. The Perfecto opening, this is how this one kicked on off here. Oh, come on now.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Brutal. And Bit the bodyguard. Gets that headshot. I mean, Milky was unlikely to get away, but Bit avoiding that shot as well. Immediately good for it. So series point, just the one. Otherwise, we go again, slate wipe clean. And we head for 22 as a new marker.
It is the double AWPs. They've retained them.
Yeah, let's see if this strafe connects. Leman pulls it off. A taste of their own medicine. And just like that, it looks like it's locked. Wow, first 10 seconds. And
Did you miss it?
NaVi are gone. He just grabbed a drink. No worries, you've got another overtime to look forward to unless Perfecto and Electronic can somehow maneuver a 2v5 out of the ether. The bomb miles away.
I don't know how you get back into this.
No, it's nearly impossible. At this point, the best thing they have going for them is that they're going to be able to perhaps trade off of one another. Perfecto takes a duel on his own. Flashed us. Electronic reveals he's with them.
Furlan has the bomb. They now know it's down. He's just pushed all the way through. They can start to consolidate on this position right here. And look, with a minute on the clock, it might help NaVi a little bit. But if they look for picks and they know they have the C4, you're going to be wasting so much time. Dead. Good shot there from Milky. And now just Perfecto on this low HP. So get it over for us, will you, mate? We want to get into OT number 2. This one is good. I really like the back and forth. There's some like slobber knockers of big hits being thrown on out there from either team in the decision-making. You can definitely see the decision-making tree and how it's all shaken on out. But Perfecto, about 35 on the clock right now. 4 to find. An AWP to get past first.
I mean, you know, Counter-Strike, we talk about this game A lot, Chad.
Oh, yeah.
But how often have we done a 16-1 into a double overtime?
I don't know. I really don't know.
It's a rarity, I think.
Perfecto.
Listen.
Look, I know you don't want another death in that column. You can keep your KD in a positive variety, so I respect it. I'll respect it. Oh, but don't give it away now. What are you doing? Come on now, mate.
What's going on here?
Come on, mate. And round timeout. There you go, 18-18. So, yeah, we go again.
The magical number is 2 T rounds.
Okay, all right.
I reckon.
I see what you're saying.
We've seen both teams manage to find themselves the one. It is just a question of duplicating it. I think you can't account on Leman pulling off the double mid spray down, but Bit did exactly the same. So
true.
It is a question of now whether or not that's going to be something you want to go for when you have the spawn. It is spawn based. I don't think you're going to be willing to take that risk otherwise. And our observer team communicating non-verbally there that there is going to be a setup change given the unbroken vent.
I like this. They continue to think on their toes here, Ego. They're showing different variations. They're throwing different things in NaVi's way. And now NaVi are just back to one of these slow, crawly defaults. And this was the type of counter-strike where they were giving up opening picks. Head trick out. Mid-box adopted. It is quite the passive setup on the A site right now. Ultimate over towards Ticket. Leman under that balcony. Milky in the vent is the sleeper agent. Oh, there it is, an opener.
Yeah, perfect. And he was actually in a position so he could support B should he be required. Oh, Molotov's out, yeah. Bit Flash doesn't get the info immediately, burns down to half, and finished off. Fiku traded. Simple still present, and Perfecto in mid as well. Bomb loose needs to be scooped. The timing on that peak could be perfect. Actually, Ultimate's just caught the late Palace presence. Milky caught a glimpse of both of them. He knows they're both here. Careful, Milky. He's put his head in the vice. Perfecto slams it shut. Still grounds for a NaVi recovery in a 2v4.
Ferland's pushing B right now. If Simple's ready for this, this kill will give the bomb site over. If he tucks in and contains, Simple's clear right here is so difficult. An AWP, 90-degree spin.
Yeah. I mean, there's a potential for a flash. Perfecto could, if Simple really wanted. Hesitant, considers it. Has to be the quick scope. Just do dry. Trade needed. Oh, they know he's both there. Ferland has won this round unless Simple hits the no-scope. Rotates on his way. Ultimate puts his jogging bottoms on and charging.
Should be able to get the bomb down.
Util stops the window jump out and the plant will come in. Simple asked to come up clutch for NaVi. We talked about T rounds. This could be a brute force attempt at the first. Ultimate to give it to him. Missed shot. Running out of opportunities now on the repeat. Good for it. Ultimate really doesn't seem to be having any issues with that head-to-head with Simple.
He's pretty handy on the AWP, isn't he? He's pretty handy indeed. And the fact that he backed himself in just to hold that angle for the repeat, massive stuff right there. So no 1-on-3 for Simple today. Well, yet. Maybe is a better word to frame this one here. But this is it. Ferland, even though he only gets one, he's done a lot here. He stalls out. He's calling where this player is. The rotation starts to come immediately as soon as that info is being processed. And that's the miss right there from Simple that could have been. But Ultimate. Yeah, nice shot. He's quick. Well, back underway we go again. This might just be an A set piece. That's a very deep, it's very deep ramp smoke. Leman wants to play close. He will have to cancel it now they've extinguished.
Yeah, now he's going to be tested in a very big way. Ultimate to provide the support. Oh, they're out Palace. He does dodge. Electronic spray and the combination through the boards. Usually there's two. Now there's only one in both facets. One ramp, one Palace. Simple sneaking through, though. Has managed to get some headway into the A site. The rotate will be cut off from jungle. Ultimate unprepared for Bit.
Oh, no.
Full part for Ago as they do turn it on its head. NaVi forcing Ferland into dire straits. Needs to get out of there. Can't really contest this. The wallbang not far off.
Only half HP. There's still a massive advantage here. Fiku, he's going to be the sleeper agent. He's done wonderful things around this connector.
He has. And he's got so much util. If he could find Simple, it gets really...
He will.
He does get Simple. His teammate's still alive. Smokes, kits. It's up to Bit and Head Trick.
They can smoke the bomb here. Fiku should get that down ASAP.
Ideally. It's planted for Sandwich, it's planted for Tetris. They can surely process of eliminate where they're going to be. Flash and go. Bit bodyguards still need two. And it's Fiku to fall. Nice shutdown. Bit 35 and counting. A triple kill out of this young gun.
He's going big, isn't he, Bit? leading the charge here. 30 is the next closest from anybody else in the server. Fiku, Leman, and Simple can all say they've got a 30 bomb right now. But this is great stuff from Bit. And when you have aim like his, you just see he's a turret. He'll stand, he'll deliver. It's beautiful to watch and closes things out with another headshot. So 19-19, and you said T-side 2 rounds. Well, NaVi, you've got an opportunity to do that right now. Double AWPs again.
Exploitable. Oh, we get the same move out of Leman. And head trick already chunked. One across. Punishable.
Oh, very fortunate, isn't he? With that low HP, he would have only taken 2 bullets from that M4 and he would have been down. B push with 2. It's proactive stuff here, but they're out of position on A right now.
Yeah, I mean, 4 leaning towards that side of the map at this point, so a lot of trust on Ultimate while they rejig their defense. This is a lot of info. As soon as they round this corner, re-smoking for mid. Fiku's actually opting to go underpass.
It's dead.
He's usually quite aware, but not this time. Fiku, don't you get crazy with it. Don't get crazy with it, Fiku. Fiku wants to kill him with the knife. Does finish it off. Strikes.
Oh, now they know.
And now they know exactly where they need to be. That 2T round marker seems to be an ask too much. Very telegraphed here, and Furlan's even coming in for a flank on Palace, no less. Yeah, nice Milky into Electronic. It's Simple and Perfecto. Have quite a gruesome twosome for clutches, and they had time. 30 seconds. Simple loses his teammates.
Oh, he's going to go to B. They don't know where he is. He can go through to B right now. This is masterful stuff.
Very cheeky.
Fiku's jumping out window. He can hear all of this.
Oh! Gets him another one in the head-to-head.
It worked it out.
Solves the mystery. Sherlock Holmes, otherwise known as Ultimate.
I'm thinking here a solution for NaVi could be double AWPs on this CT side, right? You've seen how well it's been working for Ultimate and obviously Milky here on that secondary. But the next man to do it would be Bit. And he's been doing such a great job being mobile around connector and short with the rifle. It would be a shame to keep him very static. So they've gone just for the single AWP in the hands of Simple here. They know that they need to help out Head Trick on A. They can't just leave him. You can't just fight mid with 3 and leave this poor kid to get walked out on from 2 different positions. They have to back him up, and Simple is, but that leaves other parts of the map susceptible. And Ultimate's forward. Ultimate's got the opener.
He's taking him down again. Simple forced to watch now as Ago look to start strong. Second OTT side reset.
Look at all the gaps right now. They know there's no AWP middle. They can boost window. They can put pressure connector.
Electronic into Milky, that's an equalizer, but Furlan's still there. Electronic gives him the fight, puts his head straight in the crosshairs.
Going B. Perfecto just left the site. Oh dear, this is 21. This is triple OT locked at least for Ago.
What's his trousers? Opening their gates of their T run with a convincing one, and it's Ultimate that takes some initiative.
Yeah, well, this is what happens in OT, right? You take those risks, you go for those type of maneuvers, but to pant Simple like that...
But when an AWPer says I'm peeking ramp aggressive...
I don't expect that.
It's not pushing the smoke to bricks. Ballsy stuff.
Well, A's being called clear here by Leman, right? They don't know if anybody's close to A ramp. The bomb is pretty committed to B now.
It would be the right call to go B.
Head Trick might catch one in the back here. He has spotted one. If they flank B, it's okay. Perfecto has a good idea of this, Alex. Oh.
I think Perfecto is going to be called just before he rounds the corner. Furlan, sneaky beaver, gets it done, and Ago have secured another OT minimum. Convincing stuff. They are fighting for Inferno. Tooth and nail.
Beautiful stuff, really, right? And all based off that opening pick, because at that point there was all the gaps, and you could see the gap. Look at this, just straight through the smoke. He sees him on the jump, posted up, bang. There you go. Thank you very much. And this was great from Furlan here. A couple of good kills, not allowing Electronic to double up. Gets a 2-piece of his own. Smells like a third.
Stinks of a third. Let's see if NaVi have got anything to change our minds. 2 required to force a third.
It's in A now.
That is the change. It means Simple can go and apply his AWP trade on B, see if Milky would be susceptible to that in the change-up, but so far playing it passive and just housekeeping the B aggression.
This gives Simple a few more options, right? He was aggressive B apartments early, and now that he's posted up on short, if they do execute A, he can come on and sweep mid, and he can come up through connector or window, whereas if he's at ticket, he's just going to be pinned. And Furlan is just waiting at spawn here to throw out what should be either a light cat or a late window smoke. It'll be the window.
And that does enable Milky to at least go poke and prod. It is rather undefended as it stands.
This is perfect for Simple right now, because I think they're going to try and have Ultimate and Milky walk up connector or try a window boost. Now, Simple's in a really good position to deal with this, and Bit and Headtrick should be able to lock down A with this type of a crossfire.
Shaping up nicely for a NaVi 20th. A resmoke window. The trajectory alone betrays Ultimate's position. Making no secret of their occupation of connector. Deep flash and swing. It's up to Bit and Electronic, and Bit's already passed his first test. And Electronic the same. It's all green. It's all gravy. And the headshots keep coming. Headtrick will take a pair, and we are off to the final round of our second overtime. It all hangs in the balance. That second T round still eluding both squads. This is going to be another opportunity. They'll have all the bells on. Will NaVi go to Simple short again? I mean, like, if they'd have thrown the same move against the previous setups, we'd have been looking at a very convincing A-Go round. But NaVi have addressed it, mixed it up, and now returned to something different. The moves from Electronic, he's going to do the strafe, and they use that spawn. This could be a big opener, and Fiku cancels it. NaVi have lost Electronic early. They are only 4 frags away, Chad, from Inferno.
And there's 4 players in middle here. Right, to deal with Bit and Simple. This is going to get awkward now. If Bit goes forward, he has to worry about 180 degrees right here. They have to back off. The information limited. What you play, retake A again. This time you don't have that potent crossfire. Bit of a gap going to be in that window smoke, I think. Yeah, bit of a gap here. So, look, nobody at home, they're not to know that. They're rotating back on over. If they just go with... Look at how many nades they have here. They have 2 smokes, a truckload of flashes, and Molotovs. They could just do the standard up-down smokes. They could flash and focus towards CT and scale up onto the site. And look at the gamble call. They're leaving the kid who's been abused over towards A on his lonesome here. They are opting to play retake A, and that is with limited CT utility. This is looking great for A-Go.
Everything pointing towards A-Go with the flourish and the finish to push us to 3. 16-1 the first map in favor of NaVi. And a double overtime. Man advantage for the commit. Smoke still up as they crawl through. 30 seconds, they've got time for some engagements. Bit is here. Perfecto 2, planting open, no denial. Oh, and the bomb goes down, but so does Leman. It's up to Milky. He's messed it up. Slipped over on the banana skin. 2 versus 4. The NaVi retake convincing as Ultimate's gone, and so are their hopes and dreams of finishing it there.
Oh, dear.
And again we go. We will have to catch our breath, though. Get hydrated. NaVi A-Go going to a 3rd overtime. We'll catch our breath, BRB, and back with the 3rd.
Пацаны, кто второй? Он дает флешку и пикает потом. Со старта меня убил, понял? Так и делаю. Расхуяриваю. Не, я говорю, он так делает. Флэш. Я вообще не боюсь, я буду пожим убивать.
Молли дали? Не убил.
Got deja vu here as an even exchange leaves us with a 4-on-4. And Masuta, this is Brett. We need a 3rd overtime to separate these two. A-Go and NaVi just locking horns and consistently interlocked. We can't seem to separate them. We're going to attempt to here on overtime 3 by we, of course, meaning the observers that are hanging out here with you at home. We're looking forward to seeing if NaVi can manage to pull off a 2-0 start against the lowest seed of Group D. And they put up a really valiant fight. Individually, they've been tested by the likes of Bit, Simple, both having some pop-offs. And on the other side of things, it's actually been Leman and Fiku at the top of the tables. We got an attempt for an early AWP duel, and we're into the fray straight out of the gates. The bar has been set. We have not been able to separate them with 1 T round.
Oh.
But that is the marker. You need one.
I think the jig's up on this one right here. They know what's coming.
He's ahead of it, and this is very aggressive from Electronic, and mwlky has punished that. Bit anti, trying to play and read the game so well. It's Fiku again with more impact. mwlky and Fiku have enabled an A-side plan. And they did that with 4 players. Hedrick kept honest, only the one for him. This should be the site, this should be the round.
Yeah, this is the thing, right? For NaVi to lose the opener right here, they might actually have to consider the save. I know that traditionally there's enough cash to splash, but if they lose the next one, then for the final, maybe there won't be a simple AWP. But I thought when they had the mid jiggle and they saw a couple of members middle, they knew what play was happening. It was like a double pump onto A. It was a... Oh, Fiku might get another kill here. Pushed up very aggressively, and he will. Right, because they threw the A execute, which made them scramble on A because like, oh geez, they're attacking Hedrick, so we have to drop all their utility to save him. Then there was a jiggle from window and they spotted something. So at that point I thought they knew the attack was coming, but they were so quick up connector and to divide this with the second part of the attack, it was beautiful work right there from Ago. They have shown a lot of depth on this T side, right? They've shown a lot of different faces, a lot of different executes, a lot of different ideas, and it's been great stuff.
It really has been lovely. This was a great catch as well. You know Bit's going to be a problem behind that smoke. Fiku just completely wins the round as that second kill comes through. Now we get to see the change up. It looks like they actually just want to go for another punish straight through the ace ramp.
I like it. This time there's committal.
Yeah, full commit. They're trying to isolate, and Simple's not going to let mwlky clear that with his back turned. Punishment necessary and provided. No one's checking for Hedrick either. Ago, need Furlan, I need another. Anyone can provide. It's Simple, still CT, and they know what's he up to. He's pushing through the smoke, using it to his advantage or not. Ultimate sits him down, bends him over his knee, says, let's get that bomb down.
Spam through.
Oh, that's a horrible denial. You felt like you had a 3v3 retake there.
Have to fight here, Furlan.
Yeah, lots of bodies. Just on the tightest of lines, they will swing through. Furlan is exposed now in the open, susceptible to a double swing. Oh, he holds the spray, and Bit does not trade.
That's their own smoke. That's given them a bit of a buffer here.
He's ready for CT. Oh, Dazer called. Yes, straight in. Perfecto.
Nade's good.
Oh, Ultimate's dead.
Oh.
Deader than a doorknob. It's only Bit and Furlan dancing around, looking for his 40th frag here in our third overtime.
He's up and over the smoke. He's up and over the smoke right now.
Won't be pre-aiming it, that's for sure.
Oh, should have an advantage here over Bit if he goes wide.
Oh, Bit will walk ahead of that. And swung on, ready for it. Bit is a demon for NaVi. He delivers it when they need it most, because that would have been the second T round, Chad. Yeah. That was it, a 1v1.
Yeah, you could see Simple, like he just wanted to continue to fight right there, pushing out behind that triple box and taking it multiple swings, right? He took 2 extra swings there. And then there was the Perfecto, just the wide, this one right here, just like scrambling. There's a minute on the clock, just running on out straight into Ultimate's AWP, who's been looking very aware in a lot of these situations.
I think it actually went down his collar, like it blew off the label of his gaming jersey. They boost the AWP for an aggressive peak. Simple's gone across jungle safely, so he can provide some overwatch from the stairs. As soon as that smoke blooms, he'll cast a glance towards Ultimate's AWP.
He's been quick, hasn't he?
Simple. Opts for a lower elevation. It could still pay off. One's crossed. He knows it's uncertain and doesn't get any info off that. T-smoke.
Fade here, yeah. Oh, I think he just saw the head. Info must have gone one way or the other there.
Yeah, it looks like Ultimate's operating with the info as well. The bomb's coming through middle here, and oh, Ultimate's been spotted. Simple's being cheeky with his positioning, and down again.
They're walking into head tricks through connector now.
He's not going to be ready. I mean, at least Electronic has provided one, but he's not going to be allowed to get away. They're a bit discombobulated. NaVi not sure. Ago are 3 frags away from breaking the trend. Now, Hedrick parked in Palace.
They know where he is.
They know he's there. The molly implies. Oh! Bit beheads. Oof. Hedrick, called upon last minute, has been pulling his weight. Molly will not stop the plant. Fiku not run down either. Good util usage, but it doesn't lead to a frag. It's Bit again. The difference maker. Constantly tipping the scales through sheer will in favor of NaVi. 2 to defend this bomb. And both, oh, spotted on the ramp. They know where you are, but it's not going to stop. It's up to Perfecto to come up clutch. Another 1v1? Surely not. Ultimate, up and over, misses the no-scope, and it slips through their fingers again. 2 1v1s for Ago. Back-to-back rounds, and they both go NaVi's way.
Okay, well, are we going to separate them here? We're getting deep within this one now, and the ideas have to be running thin. It looked good until it wasn't again, and there's been a couple of those rounds for Ago here. Bit is just an absolute menace to deal with. He's finding so much impact and being able to isolate so many 1v1s where he can't be traded. A squirrely moment there for Ultimate. That camera angle, that really makes it feel bad, but it is the AWP, up close and personal.
That Z-axis, you're not making those micro adjustments so often in that one.
Ultimate's gone aggressive Palace here. He might get an opportunity while we have this mid-fight.
Yeah, Fiku, he's not going to hear Electronic trundling above him. And a gap threaded. Gorgeous from Electronic, and the first bullet finds the head. It's still an AWP onto Simple. He's been having a bit of a nightmare with these Polish AWPers, and Ultimate makes it good on a promise. He takes down the two sharpest shooters, leaves us in a 3-on-3. The bomb now in Palace side.
Flank.
Yeah, it's something. And it is very quick. Look at the time. Look at the time. 1 minute 20. He's ramp. Perfecto is even coming back. You might hear it. Yeah, Fiku hears it.
That's the bomb as well. If Perfecto goes wide, it's just going to be on the ground.
Bye.
Thank you very much. I'll take that.
Head trick now.
Has to run through the molly.
What a dire situation to be in.
Did he get hurt?
Yeah, it looks like it. Fiku's acknowledged it. And he takes the head as well.
Round-winning play.
Has won the round with that. Charging in to the back lines of NaVi, and he completely disrupts the round.
I can't believe how Ultimate played with the AWP. I don't know if he flubbed his jump trying to get up Palace, because we saw him go for that aggressive Palace maneuver before, but then he was just sitting at default, and he pipped Simple from there. Like, at that point, you're going to start getting frustrated. Like, what is this kid doing? You know, he's playing default with an AWP. Like, what is happening? 35 seconds, 1-on-2.
Oh, Electronic, you're going to get double peaked for part
team play.
At least they did it as a unit. Just securing the frag, not running away, not showing fear, not saying he has to play time.
This is great. Like, this is actually a really entertaining game of Counter-Strike.
It is.
It's fast, it's in your face, it's well thought out, that you can see the decision-making from the players in the server here.
Good shot.
He's come alive, right? I know he only has, what is it now, 17 kills for Milky, but he was down there in the single digits not that long ago, so he started to come alive here, and as I mentioned, better late than never.
Well, especially when the game goes this many rounds. You're 46 rounds deep of Mirage. I think I've had nightmares that sound like that, and that's a nightmare for Electronic. He's been caught with more aggression, and the ball's on Ago to be putting out Palace pushes with M4s.
Yeah, they're constantly dictating a lot of the flow of the game. Right? They're choosing where they want to take the fights, and it's indicative with their setups. They had 3 players start B, but 1 player push Palace, and that's giving them, and it's spurring them forward to push. Perfecto might get caught off guard again by an aggressive maneuver.
It's certainly possible. Look how quickly they've taken this space. And as a unit. Meanwhile, NaVi twiddle their thumbs. They have mid, but that's the end of Bit. Fiku again gets one from the flank and looking
How do you respond? How do you respond?
I mean, you've just got to piece together those calls, and they're all very fruity calls. Nice shot, looking for the spray. It's head trick down, and indeed out. Could we see Inferno? An opportunity presents itself yet again.
You know what? Give us a third. I've truly enjoyed this. This has been great. And if they can come with just as many ideas on Inferno as they're coming with here, this is fun to watch. You're learning things about these players that you didn't know before. And one of the things with Polish Counter-Strike is it never really feels like there's a question about is there talent. There is. They just never end up on the same page or in the same team, or there's some bloody politics going on. But these kids right now, I know it's NaVi with a stand-in, right? But still, it's NaVi, right? This is a great showing right here, and it's good Counter-Strike.
Yeah, and it's NaVi's pick. This is truly where they, who know themselves best, expected them to flourish. Simple as Milky's move has been cut very quickly out of the round.
Number advantage. We know how that tends to go in this game right here. And they're calling the bluff on this. They actually, with that short play from Milky, technically started 4B. So here, NaVi need to solve this puzzle. It's Ultimate's AWP, the biggest problem over towards Ticket now. If NaVi can't grab this, we are going to that third.
Though Ultimate is vulnerable, I do start seeing a little bit of groundwork that they could be walking into this CT stack. They've gambled, and also, let's be honest, Ultimate probably good for a couple.
If he gets one, right, if he gets Electronic trying to come out a ramp, if he gets Bit coming up connected, it might actually send them into this stack. 55 seconds now. This is where we get to the crunch time. Perfecto trying to sell something on B, keeping the feet planted. Still 3 reside within the walls, and it is just Ultimate a Ticket here with a lot on his plate.
He is the one. Don't weigh a ton. Don't need a gun to get respect. Up on the street, CT spotted. Problems for Ultimate. Turns the flash nicely. He'll at least survive. That's the first component of a 4v5 retake, because the bomb now down. And they've got to do it all. Or we go again, 3 OTs.
Arrow spotted.
Cooking up some trouble. Bit has been spotted and fragged. It's Perfecto's trade. Fiku unable to provide. And he's gone too. It's Perfecto that's secured it. Bomb about half gone, 20 seconds and counting. You got to get a move on. Ultimate knows he's got them isolated, but it's Simple that misses the first. An opportunity. Need to go for the wall bang. Simple jiggling accordingly, just trying to keep his feet planted, and this one's done. We will see another OT.
Oof, OT number 4, guys. This can go on quite literally forever. Yeah. So, look, keep giving me more rounds of Counter-Strike. At one point, someone's going to pop up and do something absolutely otherworldly.
It's my favorite whenever you're watching CS with someone new. You know, your parents, you're introducing a friend to it. And when you're in an OT game, you have that conversation. It lasts about 15 seconds and they go, but so if they just play again, when does it end? And you go, when it ends. When it ends.
It may never end.
It may never. It's the never-ending story. Can't make jokes about that because no one here in the audience has seen it.
Maybe they should watch it. I was saying last night, because EG met Coach Carter, and half the people in the chat didn't know who Coach Carter was. You guys should all go watch that Samuel L. Jackson movie. It's great.
Yeah.
Maybe they should go watch the never-ending story. Oh, okay. I don't think that was where the smoke was intending to land. But regardless, it is a default spread and quite a default hold right now. Keeping connector smoke, that appears to be name of the game. One in response to the T's deep connector smoke. And now we start to make some headway down mid. Bit burnt to a crisp, 22 points of health remaining.
Oof. Will we see a second T round here? Ago got so close twice. And NaVi managed to close that out. So let's see if the same can be said for our 4th overtime on our second map of our first game today of a new group, Group D.
And this one's already delivering in buckets and spades.
We've got some big names here. NaVi, of course, one of them. Ago making themselves one here on Mirage. Now, Fiku's gone. Again, an opening kill. And yeah, the fact that Bit's low and close. Furlan's pulled one out of the hat. Far from a head trick. And Shadow advantage does not lead to Leman getting the frag required. Still posted up in middle. Is that Simple with the bomb? Yes, it is, but it doesn't matter because he stands his ground, hits the shot, and already they're off to a flying start.
Time's a problem here. These AWPs, if they just try and battle up right now, they fall, and that should be it. Milky, 1 on 4. Full bag of utility on his back. Kid in play. First found. Only, what, 3 more. Good luck.
Electronics already past you. And he's not considering that. Simple baits, Electronic strikes, and 25, not 5, Alex, we are deeper than that, believe it or not. 25 to 24, the first round of our 4th OT goes NaVi's way.
The smiles on the faces of NaVi, which is good to see, right? Because this is them getting put through the paces, and I suppose it's learning quite quickly for old Head Trick here. They're getting they said they didn't have a lot of scrims, right? They didn't get a lot of, well, this year they played 2 maps of Mirage in 1.
I do want to highlight as well the reason we're seeing him on a second screen. There is a quarantine. He just arrived late, so he's just there's a standard quarantine procedure. He'll be joining the team later into the group.
Okay. Big smile on his face. They're gapping this.
Dude, I'm sure he's having a lot of fun, and I'm sure Bit is going to meet that bullet. Oh, Ultimate doesn't need to see much to punish, and he's taken down another hard hitter.
And these nuggets that we're getting... Oh, hold up a second, Leman.
Oh, that's round defining if Simple doesn't punish, and it's going to be hard to now. He's already been struck, and his bottom sticking out.
Stuff from Leman.
A firm spank sends him packing, and then we will see NaVi hit with a rebuttal to the back of the skull.
Now, the cool thing is we have Ago every first game.
Yeah, we're going to be
the entire group.
Everyone that's getting up around 12 o'clock and popping the CS on the telly is going to join us on an adventure of learning Ago. Yeah,
and the cool thing is we'll get to carry these nuggets that we're seeing today forward with us, right? So there's already a lot. Like we've seen Ifiku be quite impactful on that rifle. Leman's done a very good job being aggressive over towards A-ramp with those CT maneuvers. You've obviously got Ultimate looking crispy on the AWP. Milky, he's getting activated late, but I can see his definite worth within the team here. So let's see. We keep talking about this elusive second T round. That smoke towards the top mid box, it gives the indication that somebody was playing there, right? Hedrick threw that out very intentionally, right? And this is going to just keep Milky's crosshead drawn. That's something that Boomich would do in the same position, right? He'd either get across, get mollied, he would smoke himself and just wait. Hedrick here has thrown it but hasn't committed behind it. And a late B execute against these double orbs after the early exchange of util, that might be exactly what the doctor ordered here for NaVi. They're juggling across their util, Bit coming up through the underpass. Hedrick can join the pack, and Fallon's aggression again. This is noted this time, so the bullets give it away.
Just sorting out their final pieces for the exec. Milky hasn't moved a muscle this whole time, so unless Headtrick really does just put his head in the vice on this jiggle, bang! That's his chance gone, squandered, and hunted. He hasn't fallen. Bit, though, reveals he's in mid, and that's going to keep him scared, keep the feet planted on the rotate. It is just going to be the double F. Furlan and Fiku hanging out here on B. Headtrick to wrap in. First contact could be Bit, likely is, and wow, Headtrick hits one. It's actually Furlan who gets both from short. He's made a round out of this. Oh. He's continuing to hit shots. Electronic's got 9 HP. They can go for this convincingly. Where's that bomb?
He's just thrown it back.
So Simple's hit the shot. Simple likely to plant, I suppose, with Electronic pushed up.
Bomb has been planted.
How does Leman get into this?
So late, yeah. Electronic, wide of that. Is he? Actually, potential for a spread late. Leman coming on in. Oh, Perfecto's ankle. Damn, they are scary. And that will do nicely. The curse has been lifted. A second T round posted. And we're ready to see if Ago can respond in kind.
Okay, so 28 is what we're looking for, everybody. 28 is the new magic number. It's funny how they're all magic, but they all keep moving, and that was a nice, tasty little double. If Furlan got the third onto Electronic, that would have been an absolutely morsel right there. But here we go. What can they get done? 4 towards middle. Fast out, they're coming. Simple in the open, and the first shot hit.
Oh, no. Oh, Ago's already starting to get a little more shaky. As you realize all of this. 51 rounds of Counter-Strike, and it's all for naught unless you, as a 4-man unit, can overcome, adapt to the 4v5 disadvantage. You do need someone to find a multi here, find a gap, and it's not going to be Milky. Headtrick's posted and spots the barrel, so... Milky's managed to get away with murder, quite literally. Bit down to 15 on his duel with Furlan, but still maintaining that advantage only for a moment longer because Ultimate's here.
Oh, Milky's out balcony now. Simple just moved away. This is free real estate on mid. If Ultimate can get back and get the bomb, there is an opportunity here.
Yeah, what a recovery if they can pull this off. No smokes, 0 smokes, which makes this A site scary unless you've already got the space.
Uh-oh. So this run back right now is going to be noted by Perfecto here. He should be hearing some of these steps. Bomb scooped up, that info.
Ooh, gruesome.
Oh, he didn't continue forward here. So he's going to try and go connector to A. Ultimate connector to A. He has to get past this AWP.
2, it's Bit and Simple. You have to get past.
The head spotted.
Oh, he's in trouble. He needs help. He needs it now. Bit jiggling. Oh, and he hits the shot. Knocks the head off a Bit. Body guards have arrived. Leman can perhaps allow and enable safe passage back into the A site. Perfecto to lock the door behind from Ram. Leman does shut down Simple. Perfecto, the unknown entity.
Look, he's looking spawn.
Oh, what if they plant? What if they plant open? They probably will. Ultimate's going to be a sitting duck. He's dead. They're running out of time. 14 seconds. Someone has to plant. Someone has to plant safe. Survival. Milky does manage to get the bomb down. We play on. It's Perfecto to come up clutch. Can he really ruin their hopes and dreams? They double peak. We go to 26-26.
Jeez. As you spoke about, right, the fact there was 4 players alive, they've just worked away a number advantage away from NaVi here. And that was such a quick opening out of Simple there in middle with the AWP. This one here, okay, Ultimate. He's really showing in these close combat situations. He can manage his angles and pip those gaps. Really good stuff, and here comes the double swing.
Dude, he is alone in mid with an AWP against Bit and Simple.
Crazy.
And he leaves with a headshot onto Bit.
Crazy. And Simple got baited into it. He went straight into Leman's domain.
Where missing, absent. Where is Bit? He's lost a lot of his health, but they've just lost a bit of a CT hold. It's going to be traded, but a 2-2 split now of NaVi. This favors Ago.
And the thing is, if you're Bit, you can't traverse around the map so easily on this low HP. It's going to enable Perfecto to have to be more of the rotating rifle here. But think about how impactful Bit has been coming through connector and isolating fights. He's not going to have that same opportunity here. And stalling out the clock, hitting the pause, cutting the audibles. Ago are having a discussion on how they want to finish. One smoke, handful of flashes, Molotovs as well. They could have a 2-pronged attack here across the map. Furlan and Milky, well, Furlan's watching for the A push. Milky top mid. Leman and Ultimate are now going around the world here. And if they continued forward towards B, it is the very, very low HP a Bit residing.
But this is the criminally underchecked box, Chadney.
It's not the silenced M4 though, so they will know immediately. He'll get one and should be traded.
And with his low HP, even just the reaction with mouse 1 held should lead to his demise. They are rejigging the defense. They've actually dispatched Simple to just as he arrives into the scope of Ultimate.
I bait them forward.
Oh. Maybe. Leman doesn't clear at all, and Bit will find the one. Milky, the instant trade. A 2-on-2 established here. 20 seconds is what's he done? He's just pushed straight through the smoke. Electronic now doesn't have a winnable clutch at all with 13 HP. Ultimate and Milky won't let this slip, won't let this slide. A missed AWP shot though. Scary for a moment as Electronic postures aggressive. Okay, well they've responded actually. And
they've taken the lead.
They've taken the lead.
So now we go another overtime. Or Ago do it right here, right now.
What a recovery.
So what, we're going to OT5 next?
I don't know, something
This is OT4.
I've got a tingle in my dingle that says it ends right here.
All right.
I think this might be it. I think they've done so much to buck the trend in this way.
This would be a flawless T-side. They've got the magic number of 2. This would be a flawless T-side in OT from Ago.
Look at the call. It's ballsy. It's quick. Simple catches a lot of scalps. They're chasing him down. He's tagged up one in response. It's chaos. If they can boost, maybe. Simple. Struggling. Flustered.
Nah. Stop it now, boys.
It's getting awkward.
Oh my God! Oh my God! The tilt.
That is a maximum tilt off the face of the earth. It's up to Head Trick. Can he have a redemption round? Swallows the flash. Bomb to go down. Spraying through his Bit. Does catch Furlan on his advent. They didn't plan. The smokes will fade. You'll have to get it down just now. There's time. And time as well to tuck to the bench. CT would work better. They know Head Trick's there. It's an AWP posted up, safe haven for now.
There's no flash.
It's just ultimate bodyguard duty. Perfect. Deals with the first.
Surely
3 frags, 3 clicks. It's all it takes, and Bid is doing everything within his power. 46 and counting. A great rookie year. And
the clear!
This one's so strong. He does check the corner, but now all onto Perfecto. He's got the one.
1v1.
Not again. Jumping into ultimate. We've seen this before. He misses the no-scope again.
There's the kid. He's got it. He's going to have time. Oh my God!
It doesn't get closer! Okie dokie, artichoke!
Be right back!
Rifles here for Fnatic moving into the second and last round. They had a chance to break the economy of Liquid. They still have a chance going into the last round. But this one's not going to be easy. And surely we're going to see a fast play from Fnatic.
Look at this, Liquid want to get more aggressive in middle there. Not giving Elfon the space to breathe, but the spray now comes into play. It will be the Flames to finish off Olofmeister, but he's done. Crims and Dennis still stand, and they cannot be counted out at the moment as they are holding on to some pretty dangerous weaponry. They don't have utility to aid them in their eventual push, but what they do have going for them right now is time. They're very spread out at the moment, and Fnatic should be able to get engagements. What is that? Long-range shot connected by Crims. JW is
this the miss shot, and just enough time for us to see a 5th overtime. 2 hours and we're still here. The first map took 40 minutes. Chad Birchall's with me. This ain't Dust 2.
It's been fun. This has been a very fun game of Counter-Strike here. I just love the way that Ago have been approaching a lot of these rounds right here. We've had everything we wanted and more. Clutches, some great AWPing, some fantastic rifling from Bit here on the M4A4, mind you.
I mean, this doesn't last forever. But 27-27, Electronic advancing immediate exchanges. It's simple.
He's had enough.
He has to look to finish it right there and then, but Fiku perhaps with an aggressive move, knowing Simple's not filling that gap, he's got himself into window. Smoked off. How switched on is Simple? Will you even bother to clear a tight corner such as this? He's still firing off shots. That's info. Fiku knows it's probably not occupied. Bit sometimes into the ladder room. And a slow crawl emerging. This is the exchange we were waiting for. Is Fiku prepared? Is Simple prepared? Oh, the betrayal. He turns just a little too much. The barrel there, and Simple too good. That's looking like a NaVi, or rather a simple round, I suppose. A simple round for NaVi.
He
How
might
about
get
that?
all of them here because he's now in the right position over towards A. So 2 more towards A ramp. Head trick is going to give him at least a little bit of warning as Leman and Milky walk up the ramp.
He's had enough time to do his hand exercises. And Simple, yeah, he is going to get another shot for and looking for the 5th. A Simple ace, folks, right into our 5th overtime first round.
If you play enough rounds, Simple's going to get one of those. That's going to happen eventually. So a massive round from him, and he's starting this one off in style. Now, this is where the inexperience of Ago comes into play. It should have been the conversation when we got to the first overtime, but the fact that we're now in OT number 5, it means even more. The ideas are going to be running so slim, and oh, yeah, that is a rough one there for poor Fiku. He made a very good heads-up decision, but just gets betrayed right there, and Simple closes things down. There haven't been timeouts since regulation. Both teams used all their timeouts in regulation, so this is very rough now. Without the coach's help, both teams are just flying by the seat of their pants.
Milky making space, Simple making corpses. Furlan's gone, it's head trick as well that deals with this A commit. Leman's gonna have to retool. NaVi looking like they've had a very rousing 2 minutes. They've come in.
Good timing from Milky.
Guns are blazing, bit a rarity, actually looking the wrong way. And now Milky trying his luck. Simple, he's been given a couple of warning shots across the bow. Milky actually does convert. They're turning it on its head. Lots of time still. Head trick,
yes,
they know he's going to be the A player, and it's actually Leman just straight through the boards that provides enough to get that bomb down. Milky still there, but Perfecto was prepared. No bomb plant as of yet. Ultimate loves his default AWPing. Oh, Leman. Oh, Leman, they needed the insta headshot. Electronic does go down, and so now Perfecto, familiar territory as he tries to force a 1v2. He knows where Ultimate is, and the trajectory is good. It's Ultimate with the finish. And we will keep things level, tied up 28 apiece.
Bit of a fumble there. The bomb was down quite early. I think 2 of the opening exchanges went in the favor of NaVi, and then they end up dropping the ball on this. Simple is in a very difficult position being locked in the site, right, on the reverse side of the Goblin box. And with him being there, it's an easy fight for Milky to try and whittle away, because Simple also has to worry about somebody walking up A ramp, as well as somebody coming out of the Palace position, because Head Trick was playing a very passive scenario right there. So just feeling claustrophobic on that site was NaVi. But back into it we go, and, well, Simple has that AWP. Now, the T-side rounds, we've seen more of them in the previous OT than we had in all the ones before. So let's see, can we get another out of Ago?
Oh, I just never want this to stop. Head Trick is once again trying to dance this delicate dance.
They used all their nades on this. That's a full committal right now. If Ago go back, it's just one smoke on Milky. And they are going back.
Bit of a cancel call. Simple gets the info, and now locked behind the boxes is Milky. Smoke gets himself out of trouble initially.
Nade shy there. Damage not even notable onto Milky. You won't even be worrying about that. And they are heading towards B. So just flashes. It'll be a waterfall out. Perfecto. He's the only one defending right now. Bit could chime in, but he'll be too late.
Perfecto not going to be too vulnerable to the flashbangs. And ready to find the first, but the clear is much more delayed than anticipated. Simple's on his way, but it's just Perfecto's sight. He sent 3 home. Bit finally arrives, but the damage is done. The round is won, unless Ultimate decides he wants to pop off. He goes for the 3rd. Simple's posted, and it will just be that, once again, return to normality of a single T round.
Okay, well, 31 is what NaVi needs to get this one done.
How many overtimes was the nifty 50?
That's a good question.
You know, it's been so long ago. We got 50 on the board, though. It's Simple who posts it.
Oh, he's really got ahead now, hasn't he? I think the race against Bit for a while there. I think Leman was in the race alongside Fiku. Ultimate's up there now. Highest fragger for Ago. What a game of Counter-Strike this one's been.
And it's not done yet. Strap in. Aggressive, says Sean Connery. And Simple says, get the bloody hell out of there. Finds Ultimate early, and now there's more. Bit starting a project of his own. He could be cleared and has been spotted. Furlan, though, meets that AK. All he needs is a pixel. Takes him down, and the CT's now completely exhausted. The bomb will make its way into A. Bit's going to park the bus here, and oh, Milky's not ready. That's why. I think he heard us talking. Bit wants his 50 as well.
The Headhunter, wow, actually gets his taken off now. Fiku in a 1-on-4, has the first. Not going to find a second. Simple up and over. Headshot with the AWP, and now just one more round to get this one done. It has been quite the grueling affair here, but it finally feels like the gas is running out of that Ego tank. Oh, what a fantastic turnaround. To get 16-1 and to bounce back and be this resilient and put up this level of Counter-Strike. Look, I understand that Boomich isn't here, but this is still great.
Yeah,
to not be mentally out of it after being destroyed on a map, this is fantastic work from Ego. I'm loving it.
Part of me wants to see them win the next two, just so that NaVi will have played more rounds in one map than they did in all their scrims. Oi, there you go, Furlan with an opener. Looks like we could have another chapter or two in this story. Headtrick's got to be forced out. In fact, no, it looks like a missed incendiary, so they may not clear it, and Headtrick gets it. Awkward there. Ultimate to be tested if they do fight towards the palace. Electronics well drilled so as to not give it to them, and there you have it. Leman, good.
Did I jinx it?
I don't think it's a real thing.
Well, Heku was doing the caster curse this morning, so I don't know. I don't know. You see any black cats this morning? Any broken mirrors?
I did spill the salt. Is that a bad one?
I don't know.
No, neither do I. There's something involving salt and shoulders.
Throw it over your shoulder. Is that the rice?
I don't know.
Is that at a wedding?
Or is that a regimentary soldier?
See, we're lost. We're down a rabbit hole here, but the game, it's going to go again. Look, Electronic and Headtrick, the 2v4, it'd be nice. It seems very unlikely with this positioning here. Furlan, aggressive up on the catwalk position. Milky with so much information towards B, right? You can see his AWP. It's going to be trained aggressively here. So if they just jiggle, if they go for contact, the first should be dead.
And they are. Separates the two and takes them both with ease. Delivering Milky, definitely. I mean, you know, I know it seems like a bit of a wooden spoon to give players, but I always have admiration when a game goes long and you started slow to be able to recover. You know, like just get back into your right headspace, and you know, you might even end on par with Furlan, who started off this T side very, very competitive. And I can't believe I'm trying to remember regulation.
It's so long ago.
It's so long ago. All right, one more, or we go again, folks. Taking bets in the chat. Can I have a POG for an OT6 and a Kappa for an ending here? NaVi T side, can they finish the job? Headtrick extinguish. He is occupying the space. NaVi
to be exact.
It's going to be interesting to see if the
They're almost using him as bait.
Oh my god, no, it's just Milky. It's just Milky. And the bunny hops get put into the site. Milky handles business. Drop your util. He's got Furlan there.
Everybody rotated.
And Fiku's even coming up from behind the scenes. He strikes into Simple, not onto Headtrick, but the damage is done. The two-man advantage, they are reshaping this now.
Another 2v4 situation here. Oh, OT6, it looms. I hope you all got your bloody pogs in the chat. I don't know who's going to be the champ of this, and there is still a likelihood we go to the third map of Inferno.
Oh my lordy lord, I've seen that one before. Milky just posted up. You're not getting anywhere with him there. Oh.
Right there, they tried to use Headtrick as bait, right, top middle. They tried to use him as bait so they could go for a B exec, but that rotation came in so thick and so fast that they just swatted NaVi away. We have now had as many rounds in overtime as we have had in regulation.
Yep.
So we're going to have more overtime rounds in this game than regulation rounds.
This is a whole second map of Mirage they've just played.
Well, if you slept in, we extended the series for you, I think.
Good afternoon. Good to have you joining us.
Well, here we go again.
It was 16-1 on Dust 2. Simple isolates an aggressive Palace push. And there's more aggression there. They're going to try and equalize.
Okay.
I mean, why not? Let's
I like it.
Throw the rulebook out the window when it's round 61.
Headtrick's about to get his head slapped.
Yep. Blind as a bat.
Perfecto needs to run into B right now, but he's held back by a smoke, so that was the only gap available on the map. Now they're stalled out. They don't have mid control. They didn't put pressure on B. Or maybe you don't need to. Where did that one come from?
Oh, whoa! Wowzers, Furlan. He's actually hitting a dink through that.
You don't see that every day of the week.
You really don't.
A lot of people try it.
Rare to see it rewarded in that extent. Now, Ultimate's been calling off. He's posted perfectly for Bit, and that's the equalizer he can and will recede. Simple with the clear, Furlan exposed and neutralized. Electronic is looking for Ultimate, and he's still got his eye pressed to the scope. He may not be in the perfect position to deal with this.
Oh, didn't see him.
In the blind spot, now Ultimate knows. There's one close, but now with Fiku gone, it's the information that may favor him. And it's a hard-wired strafe for the first of our 6th overtime. T round 1 accrued.
Oh, okay, well, let's see how many more NaVi can post, because this was a little bit slower, right? They were able to find themselves the opening pick, then one was back through an aggressive maneuver. This underpass push from mwlkyx. This is where you are starting to get outside of the box. Being real cheeky about things, aren't you, Furlan? But yeah, like, so we saw Leman push apartments. This is where it is just getting a bit strange. And to be fair, they did go for apartment pushes as well in regulation, so it's not like it's completely crazy.
I think sometimes they get the spawn and everyone's just kind of in a circle of trust.
Yep.
NaVi loving this more mid-centric default.
One of the problems right now for Ago is they might not be able to run the double AWPs if they lose this round into the final one of, and I don't think we've seen that so far for them. So there's a note that of the tides changing. There might be saves. Another re-aggress. Flashed in, just teamwork, together, flash, go, info. Constantly across the map.
They're more than happy to let NaVi have this. Bit back in his hidey hole, simple, overwatching. When the smoke arrives, oh, it's a weird one, but it pops nonetheless.
Thank God for his toes.
I think his toes saved him, yeah. No gaps. Oh, there is a little one, yeah.
It's acknowledging it.
They're coming. Furlan got caught out by Simple's bench peek before. Now up connector, he's hoping to catch him. Looking the wrong way. No one's considered short. They're tucked in now. The short, oh, the smoke surely implies it. The commit is coming. And Ultimate has got so much on his plate. Nearly a collateral. One to the spine. He's taken down Bit. One of the highest flyers from NaVi. Leman deals with the threat. And another on the cards. It's Electronic down to 8.
I don't know about Fiku.
A dink found. Ultimate adjusts onto Simple. And Fiku the unknown. It's just Ultimate. Never mind. Racks up the double and secures a response. 36 frags short. But 4 more required, and that's not happening. So 31.
Okay, yeah, look, the double ops do get retained here, so the worries that I was having for Ago, we don't even have to talk about them going forward. They can get a very juicy looking buy. That could have been the round right there if it was a collat. And this is the thing, I mentioned they don't know about Fiku. They never even had to learn about Fiku. He just stayed tucked in. He was the safety net. If everything went wrong, he was the insurance policy. And at this point of the game, if you're NaVi, you're thinking, can we just get through this? Look at Blade, he looks cool as a cucumber there in the back. He looks all good. We go again.
That's his thinking face.
As opposed to he's always thinking, old Blade, isn't he?
Yeah,
it's just a, okay, the vent not broken. Thank you very much, J-Raz.
Yeah, God bless him, because we don't have to think about it. J-Raz has got his finger on the pulse, and Bit has got his finger on the trigger. Fiku out, and now mwlkyx very low, very lucky, I'd argue, as Electronic is taking liberties. Liberties that Leman has punished.
Bit of parkour there from Electronic, I think. Doesn't stick the landing on that one, and problems. Leman and mwlkyx are both low, but NaVi would have to regroup to really take advantage of this. Bomb down top mid. Ultimate.
Yo, chilling out in that connector, ready for a pot shot, no Bit punishment. Nerdy Molly.
Yeah, really just wants to keep them invested in middle here, but noisy towards B. Here we go, mwlkyx.
Oh, he really did not opt to pull the trigger. Hasn't revealed himself, and Simple has handled business. The B defenders fall.
Leman around the world to Ultimate on the AWP. Arms spotted, but would have to find a couple of scorches to get back into this one. And the passive position now with Bit locked in for the B apartments. It almost seals the deal for 32 for NaVi. Okay, well, there is 32. So just 2 more now required. 34 is the new number to get this one done in OT number 6. If we go 33-33, we go again.
Chad, I swear, if this ends up being a Perfecto Ultimate 1v1 on Tetris, at any point, we are living in some sort of simulation. And I'll give Anders a call.
Well, he was here last week. I'm sure Anders came and installed something within the hardware of the place to kind of set us down this path.
Yeah, you wait till he starts talking about assembly theory. Bloody hell.
Charging here, Fiku early. Spotted. Alive. Luckily, nade's good.
Very good. Fiku, a shadow of his former self as he's on 3 HP. NaVi's nades will check in on utility damage at around time. heavy into mid, but if Fiku can just park the... Oh, that's not a park. That's an aggressive handbrake turn straight through enemy lines.
He's 3 HP.
Needle.
Oh, that's a shot.
He hits it. That's huge from Fiku. They can go anywhere they want. Milky's going to sell this, get the info, force a rotate. Electronic and Simple are both on the way. The Cavalry are charging to B. It's just Milky, and he's confirmed he's pulled 2.
A's
and that's
open.
A. Open for business, Furlan, turn around. Ultimate's got the pick. He's going to have to find a way through. That's not bad. Deep smoke completely denies Simple.
Furlan might get a double here. He needs to wait. He needs to be patient.
And with the bomb, the bait's good. Stick around, Furlan knows. Do they?
Perfecto's not going to check this. There's no way.
Needed that headshot. Now they can go anywhere. Simple's in limbo between the two. Hearing the util will imply it to be commit and will start to maneuver. He knows Ultimate's there, loudly stampeding through mid, and it's Simple this time in the head-to-head. A 1v1 established. Furlan given enough time to plant. Simple, his opponent.
We saw him.
He got the info and hits the wall bang. Already Furlan quaking in his boots, and Simple gives us a tutorial. Happy with that one. 58 frags and counting, but starting off their CT side with a W.
I think he might just have some fun with this one here. Grabs himself an AK, knows he can buy that AWP. A little bit of BM there towards the tail end, but this has been a long game. Just one more round now for NaVi to get it done in 2-0 fashion.
Or the impossible Ago 2-round comeback again. This was so, I mean, this is one of those rounds where Counter-Strike's so much fun, you know? Like, it was just the happenstance of the mid-round led us to this.
The real problem here as well is if you're Ultimate, how do you play with Furlan? And if you're Furlan, how do you get back to Ultimate without having to cross mid, right? So just trying to isolate these fights here, and it falls apart. Simple does a great job of getting both. And here we go, back into what could be the final round.
And Electronics give an Ultimate a way in. Just like that, the dominoes again start to fall in favor of Ago.
Looks like they might want to contact Leman up ramp and Fiku out Palace here, so they will be taking some fights against Simple and Headtrix on A.
Well, Headtrix got the Simple support, no better partner in crime. Fiku forced out of line, responds with in kind. Oh, a miss. An Ultimate continuing to rack him up. That's a double on the Polish AWPer. Oh, this could go wrong though. Perfecto finds one and Simple stuck around. They're not expecting that. Tries to catch the timing on the swing. It's Leman that's got through.
They're coming.
Is present. The rotate's here. It's just going to be a numbers game now. Simple, what are you up to? He's close quarters, trying to find some sort of support, and he does hit another. Now he's trying to push into Palace. The balls on this guy. Ultimate surely dead. He still gets another on the 3 HP. As many frags as he does health points. And maybe even an extra one if he continues to walk into that AWPer's line. Perfecto up. Ultimate's round, oof, is over. 32 secured.
Definitely an oof right there, because if that instant trade didn't come in from Fiku, Ultimate gets isolated site, becomes a winnable one-on-one there for Perfecto. We've already seen him win a bunch of those situations where it's up close and personal. But yeah, Simple here, what's his options, right? So he's trying to manufacture something, he's able to get a kill out of it, but it's such an awkward position to find yourself in, and yeah, Ultimate showing some salt here.
He is. I mean, think about this, the opponent, the overtimes, and still catching an opening pick against Electronic.
He's really just being consistent, right? That's why he's sitting at the top of the scoreboard for his team.
Oh, lots of info. Flashes are there, though. Electronic may not know where they've got to.
There's nobody underpass here to punish Electronic right now. Oh.
What the hell? Furlan's just kicked open the door.
Completely.
He's going to get swung on. Simple really is feeling himself, and that is greed.
We're going again.
And they feel the
We're going again.
We do see another, unless Perfecto, they line up. Overtime 7. I can't believe it.
Woof.
Grab a drink.
Is there a break?
I don't know. Yeah, that's how the trend goes.
All right. We'll be back soon.
We're back with more Mirage. Let's get to 3 hours. Hello, it's us again, and it's still Mirage, NaVi, Ago. We're at 66 rounds of Counter-Strike, and I know if you were showing your mother and you promised it was typically 30, we've kind of bucked the trend. We're up in more rounds in overtime than we've had in regulation. People have been making their requests. I think it's getting to players' heads. And we're ready to jump back in. Now, just to kind of fill you in, it's just been... it started looking like Ago had opportunities to close in like OT3 and 4. Now OT6, I think the rule book's out the window. Ultimate's been finding lots of picks early on that T side. Simple's up to 60. And he's again supporting the substitute head trick on A for this first round of play.
Oh, this time they're actually getting away with a bit more space around here. Fiku's passive over towards B, a bit of RNG barge from Furlan, just trying to keep the feet planted. Milky ultimate working on mid, and maybe the toes could be spotted here. Fiku, you know what lies in wait on the other side. The shadow, the drop off, and head trick. There you go. That's an opener, a necessary one to get his 30th kill on the board.
Leman's going to get out of there. He shows presence in Palace, and I think that will be enough to at least keep some CT feet planted. A nice deep smoke for Furlan to walk straight into and up. Gets himself in an elevation for the fade and the nutmeg.
This is very one at a time here from Ago, right? We normally see them group up, do something a little bit more as a unit right now, but Milky's trying to mask steps.
That could pay off.
He can come late window here. The bomb headed back towards A. Furlan attempting to look for anything he can over towards B, but not stepping a foot out of line is Perfecto and Bit.
Very well drilled on the jiggle. Head trick, good for a double. 1 HP separating him as Milky's completely fluffed his lines, and Electronic has dealt with the threat. Nice molly. Actually, no, Electronic beats him to it with a nade of his own design. There we have it. NaVi just the one casualty by their own hand.
I want to point this out for head trick, and this is not to get salt in the wound, it's to talk about how important that multi-kill was from him. So the game has gone for 66 rounds. In those 66 rounds, he's only had 5 multi-kill rounds. That is his 6th, right? So any round where he can find a multi like that is going to mean everything for the team here. And if they want to continue to try and test him, which has been a theme of this, it's obviously changed because this game hasn't ended, but A has been a weakness that NaVi have had to plug up in several occasions. Out window we go. A nice little 360 from Electronic there as he turns, drops the nades, and gets on out of dodge. But this time, a bit more players from Ago over towards mid. 2 through the underpass, 2 top mid. A window boost could be on the cards here.
Oh, so blind. He stuck around. Brave and trusting in the smoke. Trying to run him down, but Electronic's got the angle for it. Fiku, a fast boost, the spray and the Molotov, not enough to bring him down. He's a wild and large wildebeest. Stampede's back into jungle, alive yet bruised. We have smokes deployed, keeping track of those. NaVi have just 1 remaining. So plenty of time. Slow this round down. Not going to be held up by grey screen forever. Powerful position occupied by Milky. Again, Electronic lives on. And working his magic is Leman. Yeah, he's coming out. Electronic surely down. Milky pays a heavy price to shut that up. And Simple should be dead, especially with a missed shot now. He's going to get swung on. Takes his time with that no-scope. Leman dancing with him. Head trick again. Called upon to find that multi. His 7th required. And Bit, oh, we could have this. Ultimate has to readjust the plant spot. And that's a heavy headshot to post. Perfecto could have done a lot with that. And instead, 3 down in 3 seconds. That'll do nicely as we go to 34-34. And already they post a T round. Like that's sweat off the brow if you're Ago.
The thing is, there was another NaVi like early advantage here. And every time that they turtle up and they give away some of this space, or maybe they're forced out of this space here, there's a gap that gets pipped. This time it was Milky. He came in through the vent room. He's able to do so much once he's gotten that territory. Simple's finding himself in these awkward positions with the AWP. And it's happened to him quite a lot on that A bomb site. And that's the nature of trying to help head trick.
Could be going for an early peek, but Simple's already across. Ultimate makes it clear he wants to peek and meant to fight. If anyone's brave enough, it would be head trick to overextend the mark. Oh, he did give him a chance. Doesn't go down though.
The fact that they bled that smoke out from him very... hold up a second, what's the mid push? They've just gone straight on through and found 2.
Yeah, around the smokes, Fiku and Milky just staring at their screen in disbelief as the second CT round is just a couple of clicks away. Simple onto Leman. And miss. And potential on CT.
Okay, now it is just ultimate. He's being good, Alex. This would have to be brilliant.
Yeah, I think though it is enticing, Ultimate not only has 4 against him, he's got 4 members of Natus Vincere to get through, and they're very well drilled. After this much Counter-Strike, they're not going to be willing to give him an inch. Electronic is crossing the T's and heading to the T spawn appropriately, but elevating himself for a peek. It's a nice angle. It's a very valid attempt, and he's actually got a second smoke, or it's a flash that he's going to try and push off of, trying to bait shots, trying to just isolate any duel, but they're giving him nothing. And now Bit should swing to finish the job. Nice try from Ultimate. Really felt like he exhausted all of his options there. But it will just be that 2-to-1 split that we're getting familiar with.
Now, this is the Bit double AWP that just came out there as well. And that's something we spoke about probably 20 rounds ago, right? It was something that I thought may have been an option they were looking for here to try and barrel them out. And Bit finds impact in this round with a couple of kills on the AWP. And now we move back to the NaVi T side. One of the keys, if you're just joining us now, has been Ago's either early aggressions or the re-aggressions, right? If they lose an opening pick, they re-aggress. And the double orbs of Ultimate and Milky have been good at shutting down key components of the map here. So Electronic, he's tasked with making sure there's no palace aggression. Head Trick, making sure nobody posts up top mid. Bit and Perfecto working through the underpass. And Simple to oversee business with that AWP. The default crawl and the fight from Fiku just forward. It's got 2 kills.
He's just pulled off exactly what Ago needed. Light provided at the end of the tunnel. And it's bright, it's beaming, it's Bit that's gone. Perfecto as well. It's the round closers are out in the opener.
It sent them straight back towards A. They've just gone straight back towards A, where Electronic's been up towards apartments the entire time. You have to get past Ultimate on stairs and Leman over towards that balcony position.
Leman. It's an unenviable task to sit under the balcony, and Molotov imminent. Ultimate, a smoke.
Oh my god,
oh,
the timing.
Perfect. They're just gonna go. Ah, he gets caught out. Leman doesn't. Multiple targets, pre-aim's good, head trick's better. Recovery? Surely it's out of the question.
Well played smoke and molly here.
3v5, Chad. This was a 3v5 now. Simple, out of action for a 5 as he gets the bomb down. Piecing this together, Hedrick's been dispatched for around the world. Simple has so much faith that he can buy time and hit shots.
There's no smoke for the bomb. This could work.
Oh, they're fuffing around and boost. They're so slow. It's enabled Hedrick as well to get fully around the world here. Fiku's holding it. Oh, he just gave it up. Just gave it up. Hedrick is going to have a viable option to deny the defuse here, and he's already tapping on ya. Draws attention, cancels the defuse. They need to hold it now. Milky on it, Simple hits it, and the clutch is coming through. As easy as that, 36 secure. A triple out of Simple, and a reversal, 3v5. Fiku starts with a double, leaves with a round loss.
Yeah, that one really stinks. That really stinks because it looked like they were set up perfectly. The undoing, the timing for poor Ultimate here. He's just thrown out the smoke. And we were talking about how perfectly timed it was. That was the go signal. They come out. This trade, massive. It buys space. The util set from Simple, the deep smoke, the stairs molly. It allows them to get the open plan. And even though Hedrick makes a bit of a meal of it, Simple closes it. This could be the last round now.
Yeah, 37. Magic number, baby. They need 2 in a row here on the defense. Ultimate usually has dug them out of these holes in some of the former OTs. And he's got a lot of responsibility on his shoulders as they look to go for a 2-1-2 split, involving an aggressive ramp. So if Electronic gets given anything here, this could really put AGO's head in their hands.
Yeah, toes could be spotted first here for Electronic. You can see this line that he's holding. They've cleared close, so that is bad information in a way. Windows smoked. 3 stacking B right now from Ago. I think if Na'Vi get a player into window or vent room, that could be the round done if they finish A.
Yeah, Ultimate's considered it. He knows it's already potentially occupied, and we'll put him into a passive stance. 50 seconds for Na'Vi and 5 frags separating them from the 2-0. Oh, that's info. They tag him up. Furlan unable to finish his meal, and Simple now worming his way into that powerful short position. He can provide overwatch and cut off rotations. Perfecto makes no secret of his mantle. I don't even know if they heard that, and they're leaving
25.
Site. They are coming to A. Perfecto's got the rotate on lock, and they're in the open, just sitting ducks. Only the one from Fiku. This is so tough now. NaVi have got this on a silver platter.
Oh!
Simple, just the tag.
Only the leg.
Milky's done enough to at least shut up Simple. 3-on-3, regrouping CT. Milky, he's got a lot of ground to cover. Coming in through CT. Util's good. No one profits from it, though. NaVi know this is their round to lose, and Bits not letting up the gas. A nice shot, a nice one back. Ultimate stands, trying to deliver everything he can. They're running out of time, and the headshots are in. Head trick for the finish. Ultimate desperately trying to find a way in, and he's missed his chance. It's done. A sigh of relief for everyone in the black and yellow. A 2-0-7 overtime. Breathe that one in. We learned a lot today about Ago, and NaVi with their stand-in getting the reps in.